Hello, we're live with episode 2. Oh wait, no, I forgot to change the overlay. It's episode 3 and it says 2. I'll fix that while we do this.
We'll do it live.
Yep. Of Hot Circle, the Burning Wheel Fate combination hack, but I would still call it mostly Burning Wheel, but I'm not as
But it's
familiar
also
with
a
Fate.
lot of its own game. It's like the idea of Burning Wheel, and then it's thrown loosely on a spaghetti-shaped wall that spells out the word fate.
How do you have a spaghetti-shaped wall?
It's round.
It's
limp.
whatever shape you want it.
It's
Okay.
round and
Kind of like the popcorn wall behind me.
Yeah.
It's just,
I-
more flowing.
To me, Hot Circle's a lot like if you've gone to Target and seen how there's like Seven Wonders, they have like the smaller game that's like for 2 players.
Yep.
That's what I imagine that Hot Circle is. Hot Circle is the smaller version of
Burning Wheel
Burning
Light.
Wheel.
It's
Yeah.
Perfect. It's like none of the others. This one should be good. Episode 3. So, what happened last episode?
I don't know. I wasn't taking notes.
Essentially, we all met.
Yeah,
It was
basically.
the pilot episode of
We
the
went to
anime.
school. Okay, I technically didn't. Actually, I didn't help. I contributed against it. But we still destroyed the other team in a dodgeball match.
Yeah, you played
We did.
sci-fi nonsense dodgeball with
Yeah.
holographic balls.
Yep.
We learned a lot more about the setting with the marble economy and began a quest to see 3 more deaths so I can join the death cult.
Yeah, we watched a fight to the death in the fields on my father's farm roof.
Normal kid stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just Tuesday.
Yeah, and I cheered because it was a dude that was mean to me.
This work? Yes, it's episode 3 now. Good. Yeah. And we fixed the character sheets also. I think we were live when we realized the character sheets didn't work. They've now been fixed. I will probably look into reformatting them a bit later to easier to read without scrolling as much. But it's not important, honestly, right now. It works, so it works.
They work, and all the text boxes have words in them.
Yes, also very important. So, what? Who are we? What are we doing now?
Do we want to read beliefs and instincts first, or
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's put on the list of
Just
like,
read beliefs.
this is my character. This is the 2.5 sentence or
Sure.
a sentence and a half of what I am, and these are my beliefs, and these are my instincts, and these are my secret beliefs that you're not going to say.
Yep. Jordan, you volunteered, I think, by doing
sure? I am playing Slush. He is a born between 2 worlds of the Frost Shepherds and Pitfall, and none of them like him very much. One because he's seen as the invader, and the other because he didn't have the right paperwork. I have 3 beliefs. My first is the Frost Shepherds have denied me my birthright. I will earn their respect. The second one is Oz is rather intelligent compared to the others here. I must investigate this.
He's going, he's smart. I must know why.
Yep.
Yeah,
Tell
basically
me
he's
your-
smart. Why he's so smart.
What is the source of my power?
Yeah. And then Karina seems set on joining this death cult. I must help her in any way that I can. Instincts. When in need of an authority, be the authority. Always be looking for glory, and I will stick by my allies no matter what.
All right. I guess I could go next.
Sure.
Since Oz is a child clone of the town's scientist. The town's like local, let's say, true neutral mad scientist. and cloned from him, grown in a lab from him, named the exact same name as him, raised by VIs and textbooks. So, you're me, but also I'm not going to parent you.
Why would I? You're me.
Yeah, exactly.
I know exactly how this turns out.
Yep. um, I'm 13 years old. I go by the nickname Oz, and my 3 beliefs are, our, meaning the group's, parents are all awful. I will help Karina meet her mother so she can understand this truth. Like ripping off a band-aid. My next belief is, the Frost Shepherds do nothing without reason. I will find out what this winter project is and why they are building it. And my third one is, the Frost Shepherds are tyrants, and Slush should not wish to join them. I will show him that even their presence in Pitfall is cruelty itself. Yeah.
What did you do assume I care about cruelty?
Yeah.
Get the paladin, yes, Dervin.
And, should I say instincts too? Did you, Jordan?
If you want.
I did, yeah.
Okay. My instincts are always speak with a complicated vocabulary. Whenever someone says I'm similar to the parent, go out of my way to prove them wrong. And always tinker.
All right. I guess that leaves me. My character is Karina. I am the daughter of the person who started and currently leads the death cult, and a guy who basically left when to found the city of the town above, which is where I was raised, came back a little while ago, and I'm trying very hard to meet my mother. My beliefs are, if Mom wasn't the leader of the death cult, we could be a family again. I must sabotage her status. I'm only going into this with 2 beliefs because the third one I'm waiting to see how it falls out. But my second belief is, the people of Pitfall might be even more broken than the town above. I must hold up Slush to the community as an example of the benefits of unity. And my instincts are always seek to understand the reasons why, always give other the benefit of the doubt, and always tell the truth.
I still honestly can't get over your, I love my mother and want to be with her, so I'm going to sabotage her. It's just perfect. Perfect burning wheel.
It's
Oh,
it's
come
a
on. I
way to go
wandered into
about
town
it.
and they said, you can't even see her until you've seen 12 deaths. And I'm like, that's my mom. Yeah, this is not a good place for her to be.
I imagine like all of our pets would do the same thing. It's like they go to this place called work. I'm gonna make sure they can't go to work anymore. Like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm half wondering if she's even alive at this point. I don't
Who
know.
knows?
Who knows indeed.
You don't have a relationship with her? It's fine. We have no way to track it. Yeah, so
All right. So where did we end last session?
we ended last session with everyone finding out about the fact winter has started and they're going to start a winter project, an unknown initiative that requires everyone in the town to participate. So yeah. Over the next couple days, like, I don't assume immediately. It's not like a far enough time skip to matter, but not like a short enough time skip that you're like standing in the same place you were last time.
Like
Somewhere
the next
within
morning.
the next morning, but like we don't have a time step, so it's just like
Yeah.
sometime later. I think it's a better way to phrase it. We see the beautiful intro sequence that has been prepared since the last episode of the Cyberhawk with the 4 wings, 2 of which are robot flying through town. So we get the like sweeping pan of like citizens doing grocery shopping, citizen chasing like a dog that has stolen their groceries. Yeah, we recognize school child Greg playing with some rocks, and then looks up at the Cyberhawk, and then they fall over because that's the goofy intro, and the hawk keeps going through the town, and it flies off onto a more somber music score as we see a line of like normal town people walking back into town. They look very tired, like they had been working all day on something not in town. They're like walking back down the like light snow dust path through the grasses that has been set up for their winter project. And I don't think it's a school day, but I think the three of you are still interested, from what I can tell, in said winter project. So I think we then go over to y'all, like in front of, I don't know, what's a snack stall that we would have in this town?
Slushies.
Slushies. You're in
Yeah.
front of the slushy stand with brightly colored iced beverages. Watching all of these people walk back into town. So that's where we are.
In between slurping very rudely loudly, Oz says, "Well, that was one more death last night. Where do you think we could find some more?"
Count the people going and count the people coming back.
It's not a witness, though. Are you sure you need to witness deaths? Are you sure we could not find another way to see your mother? I mean, she has to live somewhere.
Well, I mean, you are so close, and based on my knowledge, there is a 2% mortality rate in Frost Shepherd building constructions.
That
That's
still
awful. That's a
seems...
horrible rate.
Well, when you have like 10 people working on it, it's just 2 people die.
That's
That's a lot more than
huge.
10 people walking back.
It's a 20% rate, and that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Math's not my strong suit.
That would be 2 people in every 100 people die working, but I've worked at companies with 100 people. 2 of them died. It would be big news.
This is
Yeah,
the
but this is
apocalypse where we have
today.
lasers, right? This is a post-apocalypse hellhole.
Okay,
Or it was 20 years ago.
so, yeah, I think Oz is actually still trying to push for this angle of, like, we don't need to witness any more deaths. Let's just go find a way in without it.
Well, do you know any back entrances into the secret death cult area? Actually, do I know of any entrances into the secret death cult area? They've
I don't know.
relocated, but
You have
wait, who took over the old temple?
You know what I have? Pitfall-wise.
I've got death cult wise.
Perfect.
You have secret death cult base-wise.
So
You could
yeah,
try to do like a wise test.
yeah, kind of like a wise
brutalize-
check. Basically, hey,
Like a-
is there any back door into where we might be
Yeah.
able to find her?
I'll help you roll it, or do you want me to?
Let me
I
pull up
think
the-
I'll roll it on this
Okay, so I will help.
All
one.
right.
Okay.
Wise checks. Where's the thing for wise checks?
Yep.
Let's see.
Oh, there's wises.
Oh,
I think it's a, yeah.
so Ob 1 is subject is common knowledge. So trying to figure out who moved into the
Temple
old
would
Death
be
Cult
pretty
temple.
easy.
That's because that was an above ground, not nearly
Mhm.
as culty as it sounds, temple.
What?
Like they were a mainstream religion when
Oh,
they
yeah.
had the temple.
They just
So-
keep the cult for the branding.
Yeah, cult for branding. So finding out who moved into like the big temple down the street is not like you may not know it, but I'd say that's probably on 1. But trying to figure out the layout of, I don't even know if they have other locations because all we know is the temple, and we know about their like conference room
Yeah.
temple that's in the pit, and we haven't seen any other death cult thing. So
Then maybe it would make sense to say, where would we find her living quarters? as the
Yeah,
head of the Death Cult.
That's what I was gonna say.
Priest.
So, like, knowing where they would have this, and not even like knowing about entrances or anything, but like knowing where it is probably obscure and secret knowledge.
Yeah, if they're actively hiding her from the Frost
Yeah.
Shepherds, it would absolutely be secret.
Yeah.
And then if we
So
wanted
that's
to
already
also
a
find an
3.
entrance, it would probably be unlikely too. Of
Yeah,
like, oh
knowing
no,
an
we found
entrance is-
we found a secret
yeah,
entrance that
knowing an
happened to lead right to
entrance-
my mom.
Yeah, knowing a secret entrance to it is both obscure, secret, and unlikely.
So let's start with the 3 of not finding the interest, but knowing where it is, and then we can, play to figure out where
Okay,
how to get in.
sounds
Yeah.
good.
So yeah, that would be an
Okay.
Ob 3 Death Cult wise test.
And this
And is
is
this just a straight you roll whatever the wise is?
it's the life path that grants you the wise, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And failing this test will tax wises for that one.
For both of us, I
Okay.
guess.
Or are you? If you are helping,
I am helping.
then yes.
Yep, so we just don't know as much as we thought we did. Or the Death Cult has changed too much and doesn't follow the rules of my Pitfall wise and your Death Cult wise.
Okay. So I think that this is a 3d6. As far as I can tell from Wise's test, you can't add anything to that. So I need 3 on 3d6.
I thought
That'll-
having the wise grants you a bonus itself, or does that just let you...
I think it just lets you roll it.
So the wise test.
Subject matter determines the life path used.
I think a specific blank wise is an asset that might grant you a bonus to wise tests. Double check that.
Well, actually, the wisest test here seems to be if you don't have the
Creating.
wise. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
creating the wise.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
creating
that's
the
not actually
wise.
what we're looking at.
No.
Then
This
we...
is how-
This doesn't feel quite right.
That's how playing games work.
It might just be a
They're
task
learning it on the
roll.
fly.
Yeah, I think
Because-
it might just be a task roll then.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
task roll has helpful wise as a plus 1d6 per
Okay.
wise.
So
We're
if
gonna
we
keep
have
the
the
same
wise, it's a
one.
task roll, and if we don't have the wise, we can create one with the wise test.
Yeah, I think
That
we're
is
gonna.
actually really useful.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna use the same difficulty because that chart still makes sense.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so I would say that Death Cult Born probably a helpful life path to figuring out where they might keep their leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
But
wise
then-
will probably be another 1 die.
And the consequence, though, wouldn't be our wises gets taxed, because it looks like that just the taxed wises stops us from
From like
establishing
making
new
wises from it. Yeah.
It looks like it would just be like a regular like a normal narrative consequence of
Yeah.
failure. Which is probably that it's a trap, because that's always how... Where should we go? Here, and we're wrong, it's a trap. Or something like that.
Yeah, you're gonna either way you're gonna come up with a location.
We find her
whether
body
or not
double.
this is whether or not, and you're just gonna tell me what location you think it is because it's a shared world. Just gonna tell me where you think it is at this point. But you're gonna roll, and how well you do on the roll determines how right you are in that statement of where your bomb is.
Okay.
Does that make
sounds
sense?
good.
Yeah.
Do you want to state it first, then?
I'm just trying to think of where an interesting place might be. We've got a map sitting right there. Let's see.
It could also just be just off the map at any place you want. So
I think keeping it in town makes a lot of sense.
So you need to run the death cult
I
remotely.
like an idea. What if
Mhm.
it's underneath the aqueduct guardhouse, basically? They excavated in there and figured they'd double up on the protections the aqueduct guards gave themselves.
So did they tunnel in from the pit?
Yes,
It was just
they
a tunnel
tunneled
this
in
way?
from their secret meeting room, from the meeting room where they usually go and sing. There's a secret tunnel from there under the
At
aqueduct
least on the
guards.
map, they're not actually that far apart. A secret tunnel could totally
Yeah.
work.
Like an underground. Oh, because there's both people territory, so it's a train
Exactly.
station. It's like
Yeah.
a subway station, like the tiled subway station.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they found a way to use that to get right under there, and they're like, now we'll just double.
That's what they
from
are.
the
They're in the
security.
big open like subway station that they have turned into their little underground
Yep.
complex.
Yep.
Maybe if I'm lucky enough, there's another, tunnel that goes up and comes out in the.
Yeah. But we're not looking for a
the
way into there. We're just
cyber
looking to
figure.
find out
No.
where it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's give this guy a roll. I took a look at my other traits and whatnot, and I don't think they're going to be terribly helpful.
Is any of them
Uh,
specifically unhelpful?
Ooh.
And then I
Hopeful,
think,
frank,
do you want to
trusting.
invoke
I think-
them?
Yeah, you could invoke them to hurt the roll.
I don't think wilderness survival in this case is really messing with it, and I don't think. Yeah, leave them be for the moment.
I don't think I'm helping, which just gets a +1. None of my traits or stuff
No,
matters.
it's not a +1. It's a
It's not a
reroll.
+1.
Oh,
it's a reroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's still needed.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have a macro to click here? This I think is
It's still
more times I've
present
rolled.
on. If you look at the life paths header, on the right of it is the
Oh yeah.
icon to roll.
Ah,
It's not
lovely.
very obvious, but that's where it is.
Yeah, that's just
Dice
the basic
4.
button.
Oh, that's interesting. Why didn't I clicked it? But okay.
Did it?
Life pass. Death cult
Oh,
born.
you're right.
Yep. Well, we got our 3.
Okay. Oh, I might have not updated the thing. Either way, it still works. Nice.
Yeah, so you
So
got
we
it.
absolutely know
That complex is in fact where you believe they would store your mother.
So as we kind of think about it, I'm like, well, they may have moved the temple, but there was this weird storeroom at the back, and it was off the back of the conservatory, and it kind of through the subway tunnels was
There's a big
back
man
over
with a
this
snake.
direction.
There's a statue of a large man with a snake standing in front of the wall that you push aside to get into the tunnel.
We might be able to get into it that way. Sorry. So we might be able to get into it that way if we want to give that a shot.
Okay.
You might find some undiscovered bodies down there to add to your count.
Yeah, undiscovered bodies, yes, but I'd have to actually see them die, so I'm not really sure that would quite work for the count. But
I mean,
still,
you could
if
say
I ever
you
decide I
yeah,
want to join the death cult for another reason.
yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
So
do we
shall we?
wanna-
And, finish the last slurp of the Slurpee, slushy, whatever,
Hmm.
Yep.
and head back into the pit in the middle of the day.
Yeah, you want to try to. Okay. So that's. So I think the obstacles that stand before you is we previously talked about how the death cult has constant service. There's
Oh,
like
right.
there's like not like everyone's there at the same time, but there's always someone there.
24/7.
Yeah. So the faithful never are without the ominous feeling of death.
Yep.
Death is always around you.
Yeah,
It's the
death is always
comforting-
around you. The services never stop.
The comforting discomfort of death.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you need to have some strategy of getting past that, because they're not just going to let you march in, say nothing, and walk to the back, slide across the statue, and hike into their secret underground base.
How many of them are there? Is it like a group of people or is it an individual?
Well, I'd assume it's less considering the Frost Shepherds are collecting people for their work parties.
Yeah. I'm just stating the thing that you're gonna need, the stuff you're gonna need to overcome to get to the underground temple, and then we can discuss your
Okay.
plan of action for getting through that. So there is let's say 2d6 people in the temple at any given time, unless there's like a big service going on. So you have to have some plan of getting past them, whether that's just like talking your way through, or if it's a ninja assassin mission, whatever. You need to have some plan of attack to get through there. That's like, yeah, just walking up isn't going to work. You need to have some tactics, and then from there we'll figure out like how you're going to approach the secret base or whatnot.
And they're in
Now,
an enclosed area, right? This is indoors?
Yeah, it's their underground church.
Okay.
I guess they originally built as part of the pit for like, well, if you're in the pit, you don't have to come all the way up for church. We can build one down here, but now it's their main church
mhm.
because they got kicked off more
Okay.
public worship services.
Now, does the death cult have robes?
I
Of
think
course
we already
they have
established
robes.
they did, yeah.
Yeah, any self-respecting death cult has ominous black robes.
So we just need to get some of these ominous black robes, and if we're not tall enough, we can use one robe and sit on each other's shoulders.
Make you super tall because you're like 13, 14. So let's say each of you is 5 and some change feet tall.
Okay, so
Put you
we
at
just need
12
one-
feet.
We need robes
We
and
need
high
one robe
heels or
each.
something, or we'll just
Yeah.
walk on our tiptoes.
and then act like we own the place and just walk in.
I think that's a good stealth is a good first start of the plan. Maybe we want to go for distraction backup. And hey, Oz, do you think you can make anything to make us taller?
Oh, to make you all taller. I was considering something more interesting.
Please don't break my legs and have them heal to make me taller.
No, another route to get around this. Well, we're indoors, you see, and well, it's not a bomb per se, but it's more of a device that emits a terrible, terrible scent.
It's a bomb.
Is it-
It's a stink bomb.
It's a stink bomb.
You're
Yes.
just like a stink
Or,
bomb in church.
What about this? What about this? So you say there is 2 to 12 people in there,
With an average of 7.
right? With an average of 7. What if you make it an actual bomb and then you get the rest of your bodies?
I have a feeling we would experience some negative consequence from that. I advise
From
against
who?
it.
Negative
From-
consequences from the death cult?
That's a
Not
good
so
question.
much.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, from who?
The Frost Giants and their law and order?
The Frost Shepherds don't like the death cult.
They're
Yeah,
not gonna
but they
be coming
can't
down.
leave bombers just loose in the city.
Listen, we could chalk it up to death cult wanted to do death and they messed up and killed themselves on accident.
Yeah, that's the spin that the death cult killed themselves, or it was a gas leak, or
Yeah, so
whatever.
listen, the
But
Frost
the
Shepherds.
Frost Shepherds are still gonna put you in jail. For
Well, now if they don't
falling-
know we did it, what proof?
I'm just
Also,
saying,
if there is a-
that's the consequences.
There's
if you get
there's
caught
also
for
the
that.
consequences of the potential building collapsing and us not being able to get through it.
Can
I
you
don't-
make a big enough bomb to do that?
If it's big
I'm
enough
not
to kill people, I don't know. Maybe.
I'm not talking about making like. There's not enough fertilizer to do that, right? I'm talking about make a little bomb.
I'm not going to
and
make
maybe
a.
put.
You know, if we're looking
No.
to kill people, there are probably much easier ways to do it than a bomb.
Yeah, also
I'm
a
just-
bomb in a small enclosed underground space. That's how you die.
You know
in
what?
this small enclosed underground
I
space.
mean, killing people would be a good distraction.
It would be a good
I'm
distraction.
going
They'd
to
probably
handle
come
it.
on over and
This
Yeah.
probably won't kill someone. I say. And
Don't worry if it does, because they like that anyway.
So I think my approach is to come to the service as a regular person, if that's allowed, if regular people who are not already wearing death cult robes are,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I feel like they
that's
kinda
like
have
worship
to.
the death god.
and then covertly. This is why I said it probably won't kill someone. During the service, I'm going to take out an old salvaged cigarette lighter and surreptitiously light it in front, like touching the person next to me in their dark robes.
You're Harry
You're
Potter
lighting them on
distraction.
fire?
Yeah.
You're doing the Harry Potter robe distraction from one of the movies.
Exactly. From the first movie. Yes, I'm doing the
Yeah,
oh my god,
lighting someone on
he's
fire.
on fire. Yeah. And then while I say he's on fire and everyone is like he's on fire, then everyone's looking there and we can sneak in. That's my plan.
Do we need it? It might be easier if we're the only non-cloaked people. So perhaps I can go to my mother first, procure some salvaged cultist robes.
I somehow doubt that they will be willing to just give you the robes of their enemies.
If it's for a covert mission, perhaps they would.
I also do not think we should be getting the Frost Shepherds involved.
I don't know. I think that having the robes would be a great idea, and if we can get them easily, it would look a little weird if, 3 people who were not in robes were there, and then suddenly 3 people who are not in robes weren't there after the fire was out. I think they'd figure that one out. But if we're all
Yeah,
in robes,
because you got 3 on that secret underground base thing. Well, yes, plainclothes individuals will be present at the public facing.
We won't be the only ones without
the-
robes. Okay.
In the secret base, that the numbers flip on their head with that. Very few are without robes.
Okay. We can find robes once we get into the secret base.
still, if
rummage
you
in
think
their
you can get us
locker.
robes ahead of time, that's still not a bad idea.
Very well.
Right, so you're gonna try to get robes.
I'll try to
then-
get robes.
Do you want us to
And
do
then
this
we
like a
can-
flashback?
That's just a-
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
That's just a resource test to get robes.
Cool. All right. How do resource test?
All right, so you're gonna
there
pick
it
the
is.
life path you're gonna do it with. So this is gonna create a temporary asset. So it's commonplace, but you need a few of them. So
Unlikely, maybe?
that's 2.
Yeah,
I was gonna say valuable for the numbers.
that works. Yeah.
Okay.
It's also overly coincidental, so we're gonna go for 3.
I don't know how coincidental it is specifically that there's so many robes around, I would guess.
Well, that you're getting them from your mom. If that's
I'd
the
ima-
plan you're taking.
Well, I'd imagine that they'd go like, "Hey, we confiscated these robes from the cultists when we took over, right?" So
Yeah,
they
that
just
seems
maybe have them laying
overly-
around.
That seems overly coincidental that they will, but not improbable.
Okay. Let's see.
I'd still argue that, but
I'm not helping with this.
Yeah, I'd
I will
imagine
absolutely help with
We'll
this.
just get the outdated Death Cult robes.
those are so last season.
Yeah, failure doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have it.
Hmm.
I think Shepherd Born would probably be the best one here.
Yeah,
Right.
if the methodology from you're getting them is from the evidence locker at the
Yeah.
Frost Garrison.
Arguing
Yeah.
that, we're doing a super secret mission, and
Mhm.
will definitely help the Frost Shepherds.
Can I?
So you're gonna
Add
roll that
anything
life
to it?
path. Can you?
I don't think, because I would use my relationship to try and
Yeah,
add to it.
It doesn't seem like you can.
A resources test is used to establish that you already possess a thing.
Oh, maybe it's not a resources test then.
If you're
Yeah, so
going
it
to
looks
get it,
like-
then it would just be a task test if we're not doing a flashback. Though we need to keep in mind that we should do more flashbacks, because I think
Yes, we should be doing more flashbacks.
resources and circles and wises and deeds are all different types of flashbacks, is what it feels like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna use this chart. So we're gonna do
Okay.
a task test to just summarize the quick conversation you had with your mom to pick these up. We're gonna use the
Mhm.
same chart for an OB3 task. Failure probably means if you fail by just 1. So we're gonna say OB2 and you get 1 robe. OB3 and you get OB2 and you get 1 robe. OB3 and you get 3 robes. And if you get less than 1, it's a 0. So you
Got
super
it.
fail and get nothing.
Okay.
And get called
so-
a fool for trying to ask for stuff from the evidence locker.
Yeah. I will be using my Shepherd Born. I have a helpful. Oh. If I'm using does my relationship make it happen, or because it doesn't say helpful relationship to add a +1.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'd say the relationship minus is the odd by one in this case.
I
That
think the relationship lets you just walk up to your mom and ask it.
Okay.
it's more
That's what
fictional
relationships
positioning,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Got it.
relationships do. They guarantee access to this person.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They don't affect rolls directly. They just mean you don't have to roll to get to them.
Yeah, much like if
Okay.
you have a special item, you don't have to be like, and then I go and find my sword and like go to the sword store. You just always have it.
Yep.
Does my authority skill help?
Against your
wouldn't say
mom?
so.
No.
No?
I have this secret mission. Trust me, I have the authority to do it.
Yeah,
I'm-
mom.
What about Proud? Would Proud help me here?
I think Proud might help.
Yes.
Because you're making a big fuss about it. It's really, I don't think she cares that much about whatever you're up to. Sure, you think it's important, and you had a hard day with the grocery store yesterday, so
Yeah,
yeah,
day with the groceries. I'm not sure if Shepherd Wise would help.
I think
like
Shepherd
knowing-
Wise helps more than Proud, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, knowing that they might have actually taken some robes.
Yeah. So just 4d6, I
Yeah,
guess,
4d6.
if we're taking Shepherd Wise instead of Proud.
Yeah, 46
Cool.
seems. You could do 5.
Okay.
I think there's a little bit of spillover from the familiar relationship, and feels bad about.
It feels bad about me not getting groceries.
Well,
would
you were so
definitely-
upset about it that you made your whole day about it.
Okay, so 5 dice. Oh, Garrett. Yeah, I put Shepherdborn, but it says Garrisonborn, which is basically the same thing. Okay. I got 4 successes.
Ooh. Yeah, you get 3 robes, one of which has a silken black rope for the belt instead of the normal just like hempen rope belt.
Mother, is this significant in any way for my mission?
She shrugs, having no idea about Death Cult rope.
Can I know if there's anything, or do I need
Was
to
there
roll?
anything significant?
You just roll the Death Cult like life fast real fast for an op 1. Like wise
Sounds
about
good.
Death Cult rope.
Do. I really do know it.
Yeah, so the silken robe just designates an actual priest as opposed to like an acolyte or whatever.
Mm.
Black being the most common color for priests. So it's just that like standard priest and then 2 like
So I'll probably bring those back to the hideout like before we go, and then go, Karina, I believe you should wear this one because you know more about this religion than any of us.
That makes a lot of sense. All right. And gets dressed up into the different robes. We'll get ready for the mission.
yeah,
So do we all have down what we're going to do? We're going to go into the service. We're going to light somebody on fire. And then we're going to head back behind the snake statue when nobody's watching so that we can go into the apartments. Mom might not be there right now, but even if she's not, at least we'll be able to, wait around until she is. We'll find something.
Yeah.
Oz, have you ever been back here? I'm just curious, out of character with snooping from earlier.
Yeah. It's somewhere I always spied on from afar, but unfortunately, alone it was not easy to venture into.
the church.
Past the church, actually, what I thought was asked. In the church, in that case,
Because none of you have been like, what's
I have come here once or twice out of curiosity. It is most strange.
I don't think any of you have been like down the tunnel, but Karina has like seen the tunnel before and knows there's stuff back there.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so robes check, lighter check, anything we need backup check. We good to go?
This will be a glorious mission.
Just
Oh
don't.
wait, I wanted to check something. Oz, didn't you tax your lab resources?
I did. My resources for, yep. This is true. It's already taxed.
It says, actually, the sheet says for Nosy Explorer.
I think that was it. Because it was when
But you're working on a gravity thing.
You were working on a non-backpack backpack.
I was working on a non-backpack, on a robot to carry things for me. And I think it was using Nosy Explorer, but I could have been wrong. Maybe it was the wrong one.
I think it was using
Okay.
Nosy
I'm
Explorer
saying
because
Nosy Explorer. If resources was taxed for Nosy Explorer, having a scavenged lighter seems more of a stretch when you have no resources for
You're
that.
right.
Picked it up from the lab room.
I have Plan B.
Okay.
I have some pocket marbles. Drop some
Anyway,
marbles in the
Not that you
middle.
can't have a lighter, it's just like an OB1 resource test to have lighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if it's
I think
taxed, I don't think I can roll at all. Or is it just a
That's
penalty?
what I meant. Someone
Yes.
else would need to you reach in your pocket.
Someone
and
else.
it's like, where is my lighter?
Someone else get the lighter.
I
Sure,
have a
I'll try and
freezer.
grab it later.
Yeah, it's just an OB1 resource test. You just roll it and you have it. a
Okay,
skill that
let's
you-
go with the Scout Guard life path.
Yeah, they would have lighter, like camp lighter kind of thing.
Yes, we have a lighter.
Yes, you have a lighter in good working order.
Good.
Nice.
All cleaned
I'll
up.
hold on to my marbles for a Plan B diversion plan.
And I'll hand the lighter over to Oz because I think he came up with the plan. He's more likely to be able to actually pull it off.
Okay.
So we pan over to the church, and the three of you like shuffling in the back during like afternoon worship or whatever.
The
And
hands
Like
in the
a
robes.
picture of the robes that are are actually too long for us, and trailing on the ground. You can't see feet.
Yeah.
But hey, they're only one
It's
step.
like a pool of robe around your feet.
Yep.
You shuffle through.
Just gliding.
Shuffling. It looks like gliding, but we're just like
Yeah.
moving our legs really fast.
Because you can't like really pick your leg all the way up because the robes are big and heavy too. So
Yep.
Yeah.
And if we walk if we take strides too big, we'll trip.
yeah. So you're shuffling in these robes, and we hear the song of the afternoon of like the setting sun or whatever the current sermon is that's going on. So yeah, so let's. I think we can just do a task roll because we've outlined the intent of the plan already to light someone's robe on fire.
Yep.
Because
To cause a
panic in the room-
distraction with the intent of getting into the back, like getting past the back door without anyone seeing us. That's the intent.
I
Okay.
believe we are all helping in some way.
Yeah. So I don't think that the task is really to light someone's robe on fire. I think the task is to do it in such a way, because that's the easy part, is lighting someone's robe on fire.
Or
So help.
accurately get through the back door without being seen.
Create a distraction.
Yeah, I think it's the task is to create the distraction to get to the back door. It's what you need to accomplish. So the test is going to be based on that. So probably like 3, like because that would be you have to be able to spook everyone with this. You have to find someone that everyone can see to light on fire, because otherwise, if the idea has to trickle through the room, that's less of an appropriate distraction.
Yeah.
Would it be Op 3 or Op 2? Because Op 3 is obstacle is hard to overcome.
But you got to get everyone in the room.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
So I'm thinking of 3 for pulling this distraction off and sneaking into the back of the
Okay.
church. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, I think so. Does I'm looking at my traits. Does being known as someone who is curious and tends to wander around mean people are less likely to pay attention to us, so we don't need that much of a distraction? Like we don't need something.
You're disguised.
Oh, you're right. We are disguised.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I don't
Yeah.
think that.
No.
Yeah, if you're trying to do it as Oz, maybe, but you are disguised.
I forgot I'm
What-
disguised.
Would being disguised give us a situational +1?
Yeah, I think being disguised though would give you the situational. I think there's a situational.
It's like would it
Done.
be like we have a condition of disguised?
That is actually probably what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That. Yeah, no, I could. It says the game master then decides whether any other factors such as help or assets make the task significantly easier. So I assign advantage is what you're gonna get for being disguised.
Effectively,
You
yes.
may re-roll a failed task roll because of your robes.
Yep.
And then does that stack with help, and does this help stack with itself?
No, they all grant.
The help grants rerolls still, doesn't it?
The
Yeah.
help
Not a
grants
bonus.
advantage. The robes also grant advantage.
So 2
Okay,
rerolls.
so
Yeah.
can 2 people help?
No,
or would
no,
it be-
advantage can only be assigned once. You can get
Okay.
it from one
So
source.
one-
So then don't
reroll,
help
okay.
me. And
Yeah.
then if I, yeah,
Fail miserably.
Then we
maybe
do
you
plan
two,
B.
depending on what the Indigo
Got
says the
it.
consequences are, maybe you both get to go through, but I get captured as a
Yeah, and I think
it-
that's
as an
the most,
arsonist.
yeah, I think that's the most likely consequence here is that yes, you light someone's robes on fire. Yes, everyone notices, but no, you don't get away with it because you're buried in robes and you lit someone on fire.
Perfect. So 3 dice. No bonuses to dice then. Just advent. I have 2.
Unless you have a helpful trait, wise, or skill.
I don't think skinny helps, and I don't think know-it-all helps, and I don't think curious helps. I don't think so. I don't think I have anything that'll help.
I think you get 1 die of advantage, not advantage, 1 additional die because everyone's here for like church, and you are crawling on the ground to light someone's robes on fire, so they're not specifically paying attention to attacks.
Okay.
They're paying attention to the service. So I think that counts as like an opposition, like hindering condition that they are at church and paying attention and not
Okay. And I
for
am
ready for an attack. Like if they were walking through the streets or anything, they're not like looking over their shoulder.
yeah. Then I think nosy. Oh, this. What the heck? Okay. Interesting. How does it have those saved? I see. Either way, it looks like my old life path was called Explorative Tinkerer, but I'd like Nosy better. I'll have to check things. Oh wow.
Yes.
You got
Nice.
you got a bunch of successes.
Yeah.
So
So-
does that mean we get a death?
Someone
My
died.
intent is not to kill someone. That's just a
If your
byproduct.
intent is not to kill someone, that's fine. I was gonna say, yeah, you maybe just like immolate someone, like they
Yeah.
have a flask of whiskey in their pocket.
No, they take off.
Like-
They end up like taking off their robes and stamp and like rolling around the ground. They still have some burns.
Yeah, it's a big to do.
Yeah. There's a lot of screaming. We're able to shuffle toward the statue.
And
Yeah.
we just
Pole arm, go by.
get behind the door, shut it behind us, lock it, and then there's this
Yeah,
like
during
sound
the-
of screaming and yelling and from behind the door.
Yeah, you run to the door and you close it behind you as quiet as you can. You try to be very quiet, and you turn and you look and you see there's just like a rat staring at you, and you stare back at like all 3 of you, just in the middle of the room, and you stare back at the rat, and then the rat turns around and scurries behind a statue. You can hear it tink 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 off into the distance, a lot farther than the room goes.
Our rats
Okay,
don't
so-
have any special connection with this death cult, do they?
Oh, it had an antenna tail. It's not a. It's the
Oh,
rat of this
cyber
world.
rat. Yeah, of course.
Not that I know of, but we need to go where it went, behind the statue.
I see.
Lead on.
I guess. Yeah, we established that I know about it and know how to get in. I say we poke the thing and just get through.
Yeah, so you spend a little bit of time like feeling up the wall for trying to find the little loose.
We have a lighter.
The loose stone in the mortar that you have to like tap to like activate the the dungeon trap method of the statue turning a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we get the shot of Karina like examining and hitting the button and opening the door, and then we open into darkness. It's a dark tunnel
Also,
underground.
do you mind putting the lighter on?
Yep, I flick it, and it only shows like maybe my face. Like it's a small lighter. It's not helping a lot.
It's starting to heat up real fast.
Yeah, and so I let it go, and I say, that will not be helpful. Did your people not install electricity here?
I don't really know. As far as I remember, it was just, a closet when I was used to it. Or a really, really far back storage area.
Don't
I
worry.
mean,
I think I stole a Frost Shepherd ice light. I would like to resources test this.
Just like a blue tinted
you went to the
flashlight.
evidence locker and you stole something.
Yeah, I just grabbed a light.
You just stole like I
Like
think
a
it's
flashlight.
a lantern. I think it's a lantern, like not a big one, like
Not a headlamp?
no, like a soda can sized lantern that is like the steel, like a metal cage over a glass thing, and you have to like
The
pull
light
the.
source is a Cyber Tiger eye that has been just screwed in.
Oh well,
There's
I mean, because
some
we've
cyber
established
I
their
was
like
thinking you
armor
said
glows,
ice.
right?
Yeah, you said ice. I was thinking kind of like a crystalline, kind of like glowing structure in the middle.
Yeah,
And it's a two-part. It's like a cage mechanism. You open and you hold up. So it's like a soda can when it's collapsed, and then you pull up the top thing and you hold it like by a handle. And there's like a glass with the glowing crystal inside.
yeah. It's like whatever their armor is made out of is like also used for a light.
Yeah, I think it's a crystal that just always glows.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's a standard Frost Shepherd equipment, but it is valuable because it is a constant source of light. So probably Ob2.
Cool. Two. Here we go. I will be using my Garrison Born.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense.
And that's it. And then you spend fate to reroll if you fail.
I spent fate to reroll because I failed. Hey,
you have
There we
the lantern.
I brought one for each of us. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you have the one lantern as your temporary asset, so you have it, for as long as darkness plagues you, and then when darkness doesn't plague you, you no longer have the lantern until you roll again.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll put it under temp lantern for assets.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I meant by the
temp
scene.
layer,
It's like as soon as we go into a scene where you don't need a lantern, the lantern vanishes into the ether.
Yeah.
Until we
Yeah.
go. Yeah. So
Okay.
as long as darkness persists, you have this like glowing soft blue light surrounding you, and like I don't know, what is it? A 10-foot radius for a torch?
I mean, if we're going by
think it's
D&D, it's 20/20. I think 20 and then another 20 dim.
20 bright, 20 dim.
But that is quite bright.
So the lantern flares to life, and we basically see a hallway of a subway.
I'm fine with 10 feet and 10 feet.
Yeah, it's 10 foot. I think it's like 5 and 10, like 5 of bright light, and then a further 10 of like dim light around you. So the more spooky look of it.
It's the horror game version.
Well,
yeah, the horror game version, and it's also like a field lantern. Like you can quickly douse it by clicking in the thing again.
Well, Austral says, intentionally lowering his voice to be more adult since we're in disguise. After you.
Oh, thank you, good sir. After you.
No,
I'll just
you
like gesture.
have the lantern. You should go first.
No, I should
How
be in the
about
middle.
after me, because
Yes, that's what I meant.
I've got the black sash here.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going. I need the person who is leading, and then I'll be in the middle, and then you be behind me.
There's one direction. Fine.
Let's go. Walks.
Yeah, so you go down the tunnel, and it's some old subway tunnel that all of the tracks have been ripped up from by one of our friends. that we met earlier.
Mhm.
Um,
Who died the day they came?
yes, one of our long dead town heroes, the Metal Raider,
Yep.
stole all of the metal. So it's just a subway tunnel, and there's like discarded ends of broken tools from when they were ripping up all the metal. There's a couple like little rest alcoves because I don't know you've been in like those subway tunnels. They have the little like alcoves for paneling and stuff, and those have all been also ripped off the wall. So there's just little empty pockets where it looks like some older Death Cult members, not at the moment, but have set up little benches and stuff for way stations along the walk.
If you know, find into an obscure enough quarter, you might see a mole person skeleton.
Yeah,
An old
Does that
skull
count
with
as a
long
death as
teeth.
we walk by it?
It's not
No,
a
no.
dead
You have to go looking for
person.
'em.
It's
Person,
a
you need to see
person
the
as
act
they
of the
die.
spirit, the act of the spirit leaving the body and going to the death god. That's the big point.
Mm.
You know, there's a theory that in fact a lot of dirt in the ground is composed of is decomposed bones of beings, plants, animals, people. So by seeing dirt, if that were true, which it is not, then you would be witnessing many deaths. But it's not true.
Anyways, I guess counting the deaths doesn't really even matter anymore because we're going to see her now. Soon.
Oh.
Oh.
So yeah, you walk down the tunnel a little bit longer, discussing the vagaries of death, having given up on your deep voices almost immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you emerge into a slightly larger chamber that has like I don't know what kind of death cult lights do they have? What death cult lighting? So let's describe. How about this?
Flickering torches. It's got.
Yeah, there's flickering torches, and
Ooh.
it's like a subway station. There's like a series of like broken down benches in the middle, and a couple of placards that are up that don't have time schedules on them for anything. They instead have I don't know death cult media, death cult related bulletin board like information. There's a couple like one of the spots where it was clearly like we know there used to be like a sandwich shop in there or like a bodega or something, and they have turned it into they have updated the facade to have a lot more skulls and bones, and
A bone dagger.
it's like it's obviously some sort of like building they use. Um, there's a noodle cart person. They do something to eat while they're here. So some enterprising death cult member has set up a noodle shop, just like in the middle of the square. And then yeah, there's cultists just like milling about doing cultist stuff, and apparently their secret underground facility. Like they have
Okay.
an underground compound you didn't know about before.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
like 2 or 3 buildings, a noodle cart, benches, and a bulletin board, and like I don't know, 3D8 cultists.
Mm.
Our city has grown so much.
It has.
Just
Okay.
give them a flameo, Hotman. That's we
Oz can't resist poking around here. He is too curious and he's never been here before. So I think he's just gonna like look around a lot, and then when he sees the bulletin board, he's gonna go walk up and start reading it. And then when he's done reading it, he's gonna go look around and like watch someone order and eat some noodles. He's just gonna like try to spend like 5 to 10 minutes around here.
I'll just like try and rein you in. I'll go, Oz,
Yeah.
now is not the time.
But I need to
Li-
know how.
Listen. When
Look-
our mission is done, we know we have the way in. You can come back here later. But right now, if we are discovered, our mission is for nothing.
Once we meet my mom, we'll probably come back here whenever we want. It won't matter then, but if we get caught before we see her, that might be something else.
Very well. but I like take a second just to like try and imprint and memorize as much as what is around me while we go.
Yeah. So what's the plan? You're gonna try to skulk around this place, or are you just gonna walk into each of the 3 buildings? You try to
Ugh.
interrogate someone.
I was tempted to ask, but I don't think it will make any kind of sense to ask. We should
But-
know this place.
Um,
Is this a character pause or is this
I
a
don't know.
player?
this
I-
is
I'm
a
asked.
player for me.
Anything could be an
Player for me.
appropriate. Anything could
Okay.
be an appropriate answer. I don't have a specific layout of this. I didn't think we had an underground temple until we decided there was an underground temple. So
Because I was only saying if it was a character pause, I would make my instinct get us into trouble.
Yeah. All right. That seems like a thing. You
Do
have
it,
the
do it.
thing. So
Yep,
we're doing the
cool.
thing.
I am an author. When in need of an authority, be the authority. I will stroll up to someone who is of similar rank to my robe.
We find someone else with a hempen rope belt.
Yes, and I will say, hail, brother or sister in death. Me and my compatriots here have a urgent message for the
That's chosen.
Death's
Death
Chosen.
chosen.
Yeah, for the Death's Chosen. Where might she be found currently?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a roll to bluff your way past this one.
Excellent. I would like to use Outcast.
Okay.
Is that a helpful life path?
I mean, no,
I
it's
would.
not unhelpful.
I think I
Is
will
it not
help.
hurtful?
It's not hurtful. I think
Cool.
Frost Shepherd would be hurtful.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So I would like to use my authority skill.
Cool. That's 3 dice.
Okay.
I'm authoritative.
4
As in-
dice.
And I'm proud.
Yeah, you are. 4 dice.
I'm gonna help. I think I'm just gonna use my know-it-all trait and pitfall wise to just like I know this person's name, so I'm like in a lowered voice I say, please, person's name. There was just some incident just outside in the main in the entrance temple is probably or something what it's called. I named the area that we just came through. I set someone on fire. Like there was just someone got set on fire there. It's urgent that we send this to. And
Yeah, that gives you the advantage for the rerolls.
yep, I say the name.
Cool. All right. 4 dice. I get
Probably, you think it's 2 or 3 to just rando.
If they're just a random person, not like a guard or someone, I'd probably
I don't think it's
say
secret
2.
knowledge anymore down here. I think 2.
That's
Yeah,
my
you're
guess.
not gonna. They're not going to know like who exactly what she's doing if she's alone or whatever. But I'm 2, and they could definitely point you in like the right direction. Like, well,
Right.
last I saw, the meeting hall was over there. Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
in there.
Yeah.
Cool. I get a free reroll.
If you get 1, they're not gonna know anything. If you get 0,
They're gonna be like,
the
"What?
guards.
What do you mean?" Yeah.
They're calling the guards. So.
Cool. All right. Get the good thing I got that free reroll. 4.
Yeah, 1. No, nothing.
Okay. Can I use any of my points for this?
Yeah, you can use your persona.
I will use a persona.
No, wait. Or is persona first?
Is it persona
let's
before
see.
advantage? That feels odd to me.
Yeah. I think you
What's the
could do it
game say?
after.
Yeah, persona can be used to reroll future obstacle tests, but not ability tests. Yeah.
Okay.
You can spend persona to reroll. Make sure you mark the fate.
Is this
make sure you mark the persona. Make sure you marked the fate from
did.
your resource test earlier.
Okay.
Yes, you just get another reroll. It's the
All
same
right,
thing.
same thing. So-
We're gonna get into trouble immediately.
There's like, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, how would I know? Do you know? Look at the belt. We're the same rank. You don't know. I don't know. They don't tell us.
I just came from the front, so I didn't know if you saw her walking around.
I try to pull you away. I tried to pull you away before you get too loud. Like, nope. Just the less
They
we
go, yeah,
talk, the
they
better.
point at Karina and say, "Go there. Go talk to your priest friend. They will have a better right."
We make
I'll-
a show of going over to our priest friend. As
And I do whatever, hand, thank
Yes.
you.
Yep.
Appropriate
Yes.
symbol
Where
of-
could you?
Yes, yes.
And there's 3 ways we can walk.
There's 3 buildings. We don't know which one is which. You suddenly got muted, Indigo.
Straight
Yeah.
ahead. Let's do it.
Yep. Just pick one of the 3. We'll go there.
Good.
Indigo, you're muted, but
Okay.
like not on Discord.
It's just I think you might have hit your mic. Something.
Technical difficulty.
In the middle of a conversation.
Test.
Okay, it's fine
Yeah.
now.
I didn't even unplug anything. I just hit the button from my mic again.
Okay.
Weird.
Roll 1d3 for the building that you went to.
I just roll a d3.
All
We're
right.
following you, priestess.
Priestess.
Yeah. Ah. We'll
Slash
get this
R.
eventually.
/R, not r/. People say r/, but it's /R.
R/ is a Reddit thing.
Ha!
Ah.
3. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah. Nope.
We go into the third door.
You go into the third building. Yeah, the third from the first.
We get
Yep.
asked if we'd like to switch doors. Would you like?
Yeah. There's 2 death cultists there that says one of us always lies and one of us always tells the truth.
Would you like to switch doors? Are you sure? This door has a car behind it.
Yeah, so I think you open the door and there's a bunch of people in robes solemnly humming the same tune. This is in fact the actual underground temple, not that phony public-facing underground temple that they have.
Mhm.
The actual temple, and it's a pretty packed house. Every seat is filled. It looks like everyone. You don't know how there's so many people here. You've never seen this many death cultists.
Slush
okay,
looks
so we're looking-
horrified.
What?
I said Slush looks horrified that there's so many death cultists right under everyone's noses.
Yeah. Currently, there's no one up at the dais. There's just packed pews, and everyone's humming the same funereal tune.
I think Korean basically pokes her head in, takes a look around. You can't see the back of anyone's head or the back of head, but the pulpit is empty, and unless I was going to go up to the front, can't see anything. So kind of, well, we stated we were looking for someone. They're not here. Let's back up and try another door.
You don't want to squeeze into church service? Okay, that's fine.
Oh, wait. What if we each go into one door?
That sounds like a horrible idea. Because only one of us knows anything about this place. If any of the other 2 are questioned, we will die. That's
You
what
guys
I've been
know
told.
What my mom looks like?
No.
She is a blonde-haired woman,
Up about
right?
29 or something.
Wouldn't she be like
She'd
39
be in.
now?
I think she's in her mid-30s.
Yeah, in her 30s.
30s, yeah.
Blonde hair.
Almost 4 seasons, 4 cycles.
We've only seen 3 cycles. It was
You know,
a
I
child
feel like-
before that.
Might be a good idea to stick together, because even if you find her, then how are you going to find us?
Yes,
Let's
we
just try
can.
the next door.
Yeah. Roll a
Yeah.
d2.
Yeah, roll C2.
Boy. Two.
Cute. All right.
The next
so
door.
The next door is like a hallway with a series of like bunks off of it. It clearly seems to be some sort of like monasterial dormitories, and you're wandering through the hall a little bit, and there's a big room too. It's kind of like a horseshoe with small rooms around one, like big room. The small ones all appear to be like little storage areas, a small kitchen, places where monks sleep, and the middle one seems to be like there's a dais and there's more seats and stuff, but this is not like a church. This is preschool. This is where
Preschool.
this is
Preschool.
the Death Cult Training Academy.
Could she be
Where they
here
teach you-
to train death cultists?
where they teach you how to sing and stab people with laser swords and offer prayers and whatnot.
And proper robe fashion
Hey,
etiquette.
hey, hey, we're not a murder cult. We're a death
Yeah, but you still know how to make offerings to the god. It's not.
Yeah, it's not murder, it's willing sacrifice.
Yeah,
With
it's
laser swords.
self-defense.
It's defense, sacrifice. Either way, yeah, a death cultist needs to know how to interact with death, much like a cultist of water needs to know how to swim and to boil water.
Fair enough. You need to, strangle someone for X amount of moments until they're, Yeah, okay. I'm done now.
You have to understand death, whether or not you choose
Yes.
to, murder.
You
is
need
up
to know
you.
how long to strangle someone before they'll die, and then if it's one of the cultists, you let go at that point.
So it looks like there's not any classes in session right now.
Yeah, no. Currently, there's no classes in session, but this is the. So like there was a couple other people in the halls. It was not an unoccupied building, but there's just not class going on.
She might be here, but we came down to find where she was staying because we haven't seen her for a really long time. So let's try the last door.
The last door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the last
Very
door
well.
is the one that was the bodega that has the skulls put up over the sign. And it's somewhere between like a chapel and office building where monks, but carrying scrolls and paperwork, are walking around as opposed to like they live here or they're in church.
Hey, Alex, can I have that lighter back, please?
Hand it over.
Okay. So I think that we should check out this building. But I've got one way to get everybody in the same place. And I'm going to you said they were carrying scrolls and whatnot around. Does that mean there's any other paper around?
Yeah, it's the Death Cult office building.
I'm a light and on fire.
Oh,
You're gonna
no.
commit arson, okay? Do you have
I
any
think-
other accelerant than a pile of paper?
I
you
would
hope to
also
find?
like to help stop this travesty.
Yeah, same. Because I need some info to bring back to Mom for my
And-
secret mission I told her I went on.
Yes, but I need to cause problems so I can blame them on my mother. This seems like a problem.
You're just gonna run off and do that? Is that your?
I don't intend to discuss it. I intend to reach over and light something on fire.
All right. Well,
However, I don't object to someone trying to stop me.
I would like to stop you.
Yeah, you are probably better suited. I am not a strong person.
Mhm.
It's okay.
All right. So I think the way we're going to do this is we're going to do a linked test. The people trying to stop the arson rolling first to intercede Karina, and then
Mhm.
we're going to have Karina roll to attempt to light a stack of paper on fire or the whole building on fire.
I am basically trying to light a stack of paper on fire. It doesn't need to be a big thing. It just has to be something I can blame on her, and preferably not get noticed myself.
Yeah, so you're gonna fill a trash. You're gonna grab a whole bunch of paper from a desk, shove it in a trash can, and light it on fire.
Or if there's paper in a trash can,
Yeah.
do that itself.
You
Whatever
light
is
a small fire just enough to. We don't have.
Pick up a piece of
Just this-
paper, look like I'm looking at it, light it on fire, drop in the garbage can.
Yeah, just to set off the fire alarms, I guess. Yeah, so you're gonna roll second on that, but first we're gonna do a link test.
So basically, you've got a moment to, while I'm looking around to find a piece of paper to study, to
Yeah.
realize, oh wait,
Yeah, to intercede.
yeah.
We're gonna say ob 2, and if you get ob 0 or 1, then Karina gets bonus dice because you're causing more chaos running through the building. If you get over, it's gonna be negative dice.
So
so
would
basically, when you gave me
Not
the lighter, I
negative
walked
dice,
across the
positive
building.
ob, I mean. It's positive ob to Karina's, test to do all this thing.
okay. Would any of my authority skill or traits help here?
That's not up to me.
Yeah.
I would say that they would, but if with the fictional positioning we have, I am already away from you and across the
Mhm.
room. So unless you're going to try and stop me by yelling, "No, don't do that,"
Mm,
no.
Yeah.
all right, that's fair.
However, I would tend towards no, don't do that then, but that causes a different kind of problem.
Right, because there are people in here.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go for Garrison Born to try and because I was trained from a young age to be a Frost Shepherd. I used my physical prowess to shuffle over to you quickly and smack the lighter out of your hand.
So I would like to lobby for increasing the obstacle for that
That's
because
fair.
I've got guard/scout or wilderness survival. I'm not exactly the most easy person to just ambush.
Yeah.
Do you have a what is it? A trait or something? Isn't that how it works? If you have a trait,
Right? No asset, maybe. I'm trying to work off of the wilderness survival, which is the
yeah, no, I
skill
agree.
that
I'm
can
just
go
trying
at
to.
them. Yeah,
Yeah. So is it a?
it's a skill.
It's a skill. Huh. I think the skill part of it makes it affect your roll. If you have a
Oh, it's just
It's
I'm
just a
just
little
rolling
weird because she's
okay.
rolling.
I think
Because
I'm
you're
rolling a
rolling
thing that
against.
might affect your future ob, right?
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
you're really gonna think that might affect the future ob. I'm gonna say the hindering condition of the robe is +1 ob.
Okay.
It is something an average person can do, but so that's 0 + 1 for the robe, and it's I don't know to get there in time for an action that has already started. We're gonna say moderate, so it's up 3. No, we said 2. We talked about this ahead of time. 2.
So just ob 3 total.
I'm gonna stick with
3
2.
total.
Oh yeah, 3 because of the robe. It's 2,
Okay.
and then the robe on top of it makes it 3. If you get less than 3, the Karina gets bonus dice because the intent is chaos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Um
And you're running across and tackling a priest. So even your success is
No,
completely
I'm not tackling you. I'm just trying to get the
Well,
lighter
that's what it's
away.
gonna look like if you flub it,
Uh-huh.
though.
Okay. I don't think I can do anything else here. That's a wise. I don't think I could do a resource test. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna
If
go
you're
for
gonna
it.
wait, we gotta think about the game of this though. If you already
Uh-huh.
think you're gonna bomb it because you're doing 3-on-3 right now, you
Uh-huh.
could really bomb it and get some points out of it.
Ooh,
True.
cool.
Yes, please.
I think that's just how you play the game. If you're gonna bomb it, just bomb
That's
it.
fair. Um,
I'm quite happy with lighting the room on fire.
I don't have anything else to make me really bomb it though, which is the problem.
Okay.
It's just I'm just shitty enough, but not super
Well,
shitty.
could crowd get you in the way here? You're too proud to shout across the room and really put a stop to it.
Do you
Sure.
have any instincts that might be a problem?
Instincts, yeah.
I mean, I have the instinct of I will stick by my allies no matter what, but I also have always be looking for glory. I think part of the problem here is
I know
I'm
you are
trying to.
looking for glory. You're trying to save something to send back to your mom to
Yeah.
make you look better in her eyes.
Uh-huh.
So that's not really hindering.
No.
No, but you can keep that in mind for the end when you can get fate for it.
Yeah. I
So
think
I
it's
said,
just
sorry, that's immediately. Fate is immediate, following an
Oh.
instinct that causes significant complications.
cool. 2. Yeah, I think it's just 3d6. I don't think anything else.
Okay.
3 versus 3.
Let's see.
Garrison born. That's
2. So yeah,
Mhm.
you run and bump into Karina while she's looking at a piece of paper and like sparking the lighter within her sleeve to sort of just
It's going, no.
light on
that
fire. And you're making a big scene about it, like you're trying to rip the piece of paper out of a priest's hand.
Yeah.
Out of a
Is that-
senior priest's hand. She's a higher rank.
Oh, I don't think my point was the headband robes aren't even full priests; they're just cult
Mhm.
members.
Oh, okay.
Considering my goal is to do this unobserved, wouldn't making a big scene be making it more difficult for me? So that would be a success on his part.
You're right. That's a good point. This isn't. It's not that. Yeah, it's not like a scene that draws attention, but you run over and try to grab the paper out, and in the shuffle, we get the test to cause the chaos.
Yep.
Okay, we said
See how
that
this
was
goes.
2.
You get a bonus die.
Okay. Rolling. I don't think that there's really anything
Oh.
terribly helpful.
Nothing terribly helpful. Probably the.
Gonna
What's-
roll with the scout/guard life path
That's
because why
that's a
not?
helpful. I think that's a helpful life path in that it's not so much neutral. Lighting fires and executing
enough.
plans falls under scout or guard.
All right, the one bonus die.
Do you have a
Wilderness
skill?
survival is another die because
Yep, that makes sense. So it's
and
5.
definitely no traits. They're all emotional traits. I really need to switch that.
Yeah. Do you want to hinder yourself with anything for fate or persona? One of the two. Oh, you could also express a belief that causes significant complications, but that doesn't.
No, I'm already doing this in order to express a belief that I have.
Oh, cool.
I'm one. Always give others the benefit of the doubt. Might be a bit of a problem in that the others in question are tackling me, and I should probably not then do that.
If you want to give people the benefit of the I don't know. So I think 5 is fine if we don't have anything
Yeah,
clear
let's
and cut out. So obstacles probably going to be. I feel like most things are 3.
Mhm.
Just I feel like most
in this
things
case, I'm lighting a piece of paper on fire, but then again, I'm also trying not to be observed. So
you
yeah,
trying
pretty
not to be observed, and you're trying to have the paper be observed, like after you light it. You're trying
Yeah,
to cause
it's like you want it to be noticed once you're out of the way, right?
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
It's both cause a small scene and not have you connected to it, so we're gonna say 3 because it's 2 things on top of doing the thing.
I'm not actually trying to cause a small scene. I am more accurately trying to cause, multiple things. Not be noticed, cause a small scene, mostly just cause problems.
Yeah. We're gonna say 3 seems fair, and you have 5 versus 3, so you're in a not horrendous starting point. And then yeah, you have persona from
Ooh.
there.
I did not succeed, but I am definitely going to re-roll that. Is that persona to re-roll?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Pretty sure, right?
Yeah,
Because
Good,
fates
I have-
for like wises and stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. Then let's try that again, because no. I am going to light this fire.
Yay!
There we go. Better.
You light the fire. You light the paper, and fire is starting to smolder a little bit. It's not like it being engulfed in flames. You throw in the trash can and like whistle away,
Wander away a little ways
yeah,
and start.
leaving slush to stare at the smoldering paper in the trash.
Is
in the
there?
trash.
You know, I'm going to try. Is there anything here that is like looks important before it all goes up in flames?
You're gonna try to reach in and pull out an important piece of paperwork.
Yeah,
I
just
don't
something
know.
to bring back.
Yeah, sure. Roll a d6 for the piece of paper you pull out, because I don't feel like you need a roll to pull it out. On a 6, it's important. You rolled a 2. You got
Not important.
not important. You got a piece of paper, not an important one.
Cool. I'll just stuff it in my robe and try and follow behind.
I've
Yeah.
wandered over to the side and I'm just kind of trying to look at the books on the shelves and oh yes,
Yeah.
I need this one.
I'm shuffling over and going, "What was that about?" What?
Yeah, and it's just starting to say that the smoke alarm skull opens and starts to reflect some
It just starts screaming.
Yeah, everyone looks up and like turns to shuffle out the door like they've been trying to do when the fire alarm goes off.
Yep.
I figured if we got everyone into one place, we'd be able to find her already. So let's
Wait,
go.
this can work. Everyone's shuffling out.
Yeah, everyone's shuffling out. Other people are coming up from the other buildings to come investigate.
Oh,
we see
never
a
mind.
couple,
We should go.
Yeah, we see a couple cultists with the robes and then the fire helmet on top of the robe, carrying buckets of water.
They just
into
remind
the
me of like
building.
Magicka characters, but with the in
Yes.
black.
As we're going, I'm just grabbing whatever I can. I don't care if it's important or not anymore. I'm just grabbing stuff.
If
People
you're going
leave.
to be randomly grabbing stuff, I'm going to be randomly flicking them.
Oh my god! Just going click, click.
I'm leaving. I'm stepping outside.
No, like
yeah.
as everyone's
More
shuffling is what I'm
fires,
doing.
thank
Alright,
you.
yes, you can grab stuff, but
It's
people will
not-
notice you grabbing a bunch of stuff. So if you're gonna want to get away with not being called out for the acolyte who's grabbing papers out of a burning building.
And I think I
You
will
get a
take
roll.
back my lighting everything on fire. That's
Mhm.
fun,
Yeah.
but not actually
So
helpful.
did you want to roll to grab sleeves filled with papers?
Yeah. So is this not to be noticed, or is this
It's not
if
to be
someone?
noticed. It's not hard to grab a bunch of paper off of desks.
Well,
Everyone's
I was
leaving.
thinking if someone comes to confront me, I could just speak with authority.
I'll actually help you steal some papers if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so you start grabbing a bunch of documents.
I'm gone.
Uh,
I've stepped outside
you're
now.
gone.
I'm.
Also gone. You took advantage of this distraction and you're watching the fire.
If they get
the cheesy cultist
death
fire brigade
sacrifice, then I will watch and feel sorry for them. But it was all their fault.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let's say Ob 2 could just like fill your sleeves with paper and get out of there.
Okay. I kind of want to like do a thing that'll like give me a temporary skill to like try and get later. You know what I mean? What's that called?
I don't think you can get it.
Very
Yes.
skill.
Is that a
I
deeds
don't
test?
know.
Deeds test is a flashback for something you have done. I don't think
Okay.
there is a thing for temporary skill unless you want to
No,
generate
that's how
an
you
asset.
get a temporary skill.
Oh,
You
is it?
demonstrate.
Okay.
The deeds is used to establish that the character did something in the past that demonstrates a focus for the character.
Okay.
So it can flash back to a planning session or like a spying class. You had like an elected spy class
Yeah,
you had at
yeah.
school.
Yeah, I took espionage as an elective.
Yeah, so we flash back to the lecture hall for espionage, and we have someone with a blue bowler hat pulled down really low and a bandana pulled up really high, standing at the front of the classroom with like a trench coat.
Pointer
With,
lecturing.
yeah,
at
with
the,
the trench coat and like a blue vest under the trench coat. You can
Yeah.
see. Or
It's just a lecture, and it's the game Spy versus Sniper. It's like how to get items without being noticed.
yeah, something like that. But they're going
Yeah.
over just like pictograms on the board, just like to pick up anything that's not nailed down.
hmm
Garbage, notes,
Yep.
like bank statements, whatever you can find.
Yeah, so I would like to do that first. Is think back to my espionage 101 class.
This is it's say probably this is likely from the weird school
hmm
we set up, so probably one or two. I would think more than one or two.
Okay, so then it's just I roll my garrison born, and that's it.
Yeah, that doesn't particularly make you big on. You think that's 3d6 or 2d6?
We have established the fact that the garrison really likes its paper.
Yeah. So
I'd give it a 3.
yeah, you get the 3.
Okay,
You
so
gotta do op 2 to
3d6 ob 2
yeah.
to establish the thing, and then
establish whatever the focus you want is.
okay, and then I can use that focus in.
And it's a bonus for this test to steal
Got
stuff.
it. Okay. I would like to use fate.
You don't have to. I was helping you.
Oh,
Oh, well,
you
no.
can't. You can help with the stealing. You can't help with the acquiring of the skill.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Oh, right. Yep,
Yeah,
never
so
mind.
this is if I get the skill. So just reroll. Yay!
Yay! You paid
I did
attention
well!
in spy class.
Okay, so I'll
You
say
have espionage focus or whatever it is, because
focus. Yeah.
that's the term.
Yeah.
That's the game word for
And
temporary
then
skills.
when it becomes permanent, it becomes a skill. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't spell espionage. Here. Yes, there it is. Okay, so now I use Garrison Born focus espionage for
Yes.
4d6.
Yes.
Cool. And then I get a reroll because of help.
Yeah. I think this is also 2. 4
Okay.
versus 2.
I do it.
You do it.
There
you
we go.
fill your sleeves with paper.
Yep.
I don't
Pass them my way, and I stick them onto my sleeves as
Yep.
well.
I need a name for my teacher.
You don't have a name. They didn't give you a name.
Oh, they didn't give me a name.
No.
They were just known as the teacher.
Espionage teacher. They're
Cool.
really good at their job. Why would they tell students their names?
Exactly.
Yep.
That in the advanced course, you have to figure out what their name is.
Not even. You should figure out what they have for lunch.
Cool. Yeah. So I have documents for Death Cult.
But
Yeah. We shuffle out with the fire.
you shuffle out very quickly. We see the fire department cultists come out with a soaking wet bucket, being like a soaking wet like office trash can, being like it was just a trash can, nothing, nothing to worry about, nothing to see here. Everyone's back to work, and everyone's like milling about still in the courtyard. If anyone wants to take immediate action with everyone in the same place.
Banning faces, I think.
So, I think
Or
what Oz
looking
is
at
doing.
costumes to see if there's anything that's, that's obviously her. Look, it's the skull.
She has like a skull.
Like a
visage
grand
on
skull.
the grand
Skull
skull.
mask, or
Oz stepped outside, and he's just decided to blend in and listen in to what people are talking about, and maybe he'll just pick up information there. He has experience with this. I think I will be starting off by performing a needs test to gain a probably just like a listening skill or something like that. It's either listening or I don't think it's stealth because it's not that I'm not being seen. Eavesdropping would actually probably be the most accurate way to put it. Yeah, and I got that during my time being a nosy explorer.
Cool. I don't think that's that hard, right? For eavesdropping, you're thinking specifically nosy.
Yep. So yeah, what do you think that the
probably op 1 to get an eavesdropping focus.
All right.
Right? That's not like a skill that requires a teacher. It's just like listening.
Yep. There we go. So focus, eavesdropping, and then bouncing off of that, I will in fact eavesdrop on just like the area around here where people are sitting around talking, eating noodles, things like that. See what I can learn about the deaths chosen.
Yeah, so for every success, you can ask me one question about what you hear.
Perfect. Same life path, nosy explorer, obviously. And then +1 dice from my.
Oh, I should also state, if I'm saying successes, if you get 0 successes, probably some sort of consequence, like you get found out. You're found by someone.
Yep.
And are linked to this whole mess of the
Fire.
situation.
Yep.
They're like, These aren't your robes.
I do not get 0
You
successes.
got a bunch of them. You get a big bunch of questions. Anything you want to know?
So I end up listening into like the two death cultist gossips who are just talking with each other constantly.
All this gossip.
Yep.
Did you hear about the fire in the front? There's a fire just now. What? Right? And then they just start gossiping on who it could be.
Exactly. Let me just write down the answers in case. So, my first question is, where is Death's Chosen?
Oh, the last that these two like gossips had are they're just like standing in. It's like a video game scene where you're
Yes.
skulking around the
Did
crowd.
you
and
hear
then
about this? And they just start expositing at each other.
And you pop, yeah, and then you get the expository bubble where everyone's like background sound milling around you, but you can still hear these people in the middle very clearly as they discuss the 6 important things about your mission. Just like on repeat. You just hit listen again. You cycle through all 6 options.
Yep.
Yeah. So where is Death's Chosen? Well, last they saw her, she was about to lead a sermon at the church.
Okay. Perfect. What is the Death Cult's opinion on Karina? Like, on the Death's Chosen's daughter?
Just that they know she's back in town. Like,
Okay.
I heard that
So they
the
know about her, but
Chosen's
they're
daughter.
neutral. They don't have any opinion on her.
Yeah, there's no cult-wide opinion.
Okay. Who is Death's Chosen's chosen? Who's the like second in command?
Well, there's
There
There's
is
high-
none. Once they die, you find it out.
But
well,
they might have like a lieutenant or something for while they're
yeah.
alive.
So there's a couple people that could fit this bill. There is the high priest, some crotchety old man who
Okay.
does not really appreciate Death's Chosen, but like begrudgingly accepts her position.
Yep.
Like because of circumstances, but like was the high priest before she came on the scene, so is still kind of like in a position of authority, but also not really in charge.
Okay.
I don't have a good name
That's-
for him, so
Okay.
someone has a good name for High Priest of the Death Cult. And then she also has like her trusted assistant who like goes with her most places.
Okay.
Ooh. Now I want to just try the death cult. Anyhow.
You okay. My next question is after the sermon, where does Jeff like or I guess to rephrase my question, where can I catch Death's Chosen alone or just alone with her assistant? Like after the other way of phrasing that I was thinking was like, where does she go to recuperate after giving the sermon?
Yeah. So she has like secure chambers like deeper into the tunnels.
Okay.
Where like there's a tunnel, we know she goes down there for like secure place. There's like guards at the tunnel, so like no one, you can't like see it or get past it really without murderizing your way through the whole thing. So your best bet is to try to catch her in her office. Like she has an office in the office building where
the fires are being set. Yep.
Yeah, where like her day-to-day work will like take place when she's not leading sermons.
Okay.
That's probably your best chance of getting her like alone and unaccompanied or like lightly accompanied.
Okay.
It's one of those positions where it's like a pseudo celebrity within the thing, so she's never really like totally alone.
Okay.
Because of the weird controlling death cult.
Now, from the skewed perspective of the death cult and skewed priorities compared to the average person, what is the dark, rumored secret that they're, like, wondering about Death's Chosen that's neither confirmed nor denied?
Oh, if she really has any like I've been hearing that like, oh, she's losing her. I don't. Did she have special powers? Let's say she had some special.
She had like a
Like-
weird charisma to her, but that was all that was
Yeah,
Yeah, she
established.
she
has
had a
charisma,
weird-
but not necessarily power.
Yeah, she had a weird charisma that was that is still definitely there, where people still like whether they intended to or not, like listen to her when she talks.
Yeah.
But you've heard that for, 20, 30 years now, and people are starting to figure, not as persuasive anymore.
I think she's still very persuasive, but I think that part of the appeal of being Death Chosen is that she had some power, not like over death, but some granted boon from the god of death, and she hasn't performed any sort of like show of like holy
in a
power
long
in
time.
a while.
Okay.
She hasn't like really demonstrated the great like that
yeah.
she is chosen. She just has been like a charismatic prayer leader as of late, not doing any big works, not trying to no big moves have been made.
No
She's
deathly
trying to-
miracles. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're all thinking like, is she still Death Chosen? Is that an expiring offer? Is it a one-time thing? Like, what's going on with that?
Okay. And my final question is, I have to ask, how good are those noodles?
They're okay.
Okay, so like 6 out of 10.
It's noodle cart noodles. They're okay.
Okay. So, I think I finished that conversation in narratively appropriate time, which means all of you come out as they're finished talking with the noodles. These gossip.
Yeah, it
people.
was a quick time event. You just kept repeating to get all the options, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's like a dialogue tree, except I'm controlling the dialogue between two other people rather than talking myself.
Yeah.
Okay. So I go over to both of you, assuming that there's no one, actively chasing you. I say, it took you long enough. I discovered some information. You should go back inside there and wait. She has an office. So we'll best find her.
Have the firemen started letting people back in?
Yeah, people are wandering back in. It was one lit on fire trash can.
Yeah, it was just like, spray it with fire extinguisher. Okay, we're good.
All right, let's go.
Mhm.
Thanks for finding where she is for me.
I like pointedly look away. Don't say anything.
I think Slush will try and share a look with you. That's like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah. So what is the plan of the what's the approach here? Are you just gonna wander the halls
Essentially-
until?
Go towards her office. Yes.
Yeah.
Purposeful wandering. With sleeves full of papers.
I don't think you really need to roll to purposely walk to the boss's office. If you pretend like you know where you're going,
Mhm.
you have
Indeed.
Death Cult wise, and know that she has an office. So I think you could pretty easily like make your way to the door of the office.
Should we wait outside, or do you
Is
want
there
to
a guard
try?
outside, or is there?
I don't
No,
think if
it's an
she's not
office.
there, it would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm just going to knock on the door. I'm assuming there's no one in there.
Yeah, no one's
And
in
then
there
I
right
tell
now.
you that she's.
Then I'll just put my ear to the door as if I was listening to someone saying "come in" and try and open the door, just in case anyone's watching.
I don't know. Die of fate.
Die of fate to see if it's open or locked.
Was this a 50-50 shot or
I think 1 in 6 that it's unlocked.
If
That's
there's any
reasonable.
secret- Okay.
So a 6 that's just open. It's a 5 that's locked.
oh
Okay.
Locked door. But not even like a good lock, because it's a 5. So it's just like the little handle lock.
Does
how
anyone-
long
Do,
does
do any of you know how to pick this?
Do you have a hairpin?
Let's roll it.
What, Ob1 resources to
Yeah.
generate hairpin?
Yes.
To have an improvised lockpick.
I have nothing that is particularly helpful for that.
It's just
I'm
doesn't matter. It's just the life path. Just gotta get 1 success for an improvised lockpick.
Which in this case is going to be a 2. Let's see.
Scout would make sense for a full.
Pardon?
Scout would make sense for a full bonus.
For having an improvised lockpick. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not a hairpin specifically. Yeah, that doesn't.
Hey,
There we go.
Yeah. You have a bit of metal that you could shove in a door handle and wiggle around and pop the lock open. We're gonna
Dig into my
say,
pocket, pull it out, hand it over.
yeah, it's gonna be op 2 to open the door because the lockpick is improvised, but the lock is bad.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
Op 2.
I will help because I have taken espionage 101.
That's fair.
Yeah, you still have the espionage in the same series of events here.
Okay. And though I don't have, I focus on eavesdropping, but this is more than that, so I will just roll. Nosy
It's more
Explorer
about
fits.
tinkering.
Yep, New Explorer works. You have help.
I have help, so I have a thing for later. I have a reroll. Let's do that. Reroll.
Yep. 1.
Well,
You can use a persona.
have I have persona that I've been actually. This is the I haven't failed a roll except for this session. So I'm spending a persona on Nosy Explorer. Let's reroll it again. Okay.
Hey!
go.
Door pops open.
hurry inside surreptitiously and close it behind
Gotta
us.
spend all your stuff, but yeah.
Oh, I want to spend it, anyways.
Yeah.
So it's good. Whew,
Yeah, you
okay.
hurry inside and close the door behind you. There's a picture of you, but like a hand-drawn picture, not like a camera picture of you as a child on the desk.
Like a sketch.
And a little bit more professional than a sketch, but somewhere between caricature and photo, where it's like it's definitely drawn at a fair, but it's not like the silly proportions of like you and the whole family is like your dad and your mom is like a family at the fair. You have like a little balloon with a skull on it.
Oh. I'll wander over to the desk and kind of pick that up and just look at it unless anybody is going to interrupt me.
No, I look at it over your shoulder. Say.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, I think that's where we fade to the first commercial break.
Yep. Okay. We'll be back in just a few
All
minutes. In the
Yeah,
office
with
of
the
Death
word-
Chosen. What
Yeah.
could go wrong?
Yeah, with the words, the few words from our sponsors.
Yep. Okay, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Hello, we're back. Go,
We were
cameras.
talking about brands.
We're talking about how.
We're talking about brand deals we're gonna do.
Yep, with what was it? McDonald's Canada,
McDonald's Canada.
specifically.
McDonald's
McDonald's
Canada
Canada.
specifically.
It's the M. If you ever see the M with the maple leaf in it, that's their different logo from McDonald's Classic.
I can tell you now that there are no M's with maple leaves up here that I can.
At least not on
It's
the
in
restaurants.
the middle. It's in the middle of the middle arch, right
Yeah,
here.
McDonald's
It is
Canada.
definitely not on the signs we see around when we wander over and see.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's not gonna be on like the main signs. It's gonna be like on the small one at the window.
Here, it's this.
Maybe.
Oh,
nope.
we might
Oh.
just not have noticed it. Actually, it's really
That was
small.
from my copying thing. Copy image, paste. There it goes.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah.
Here's an example of it in real life, and it's not obvious.
That's so silly. Oh god, wow, that's so silly. Why?
That's funny.
Yeah, that's McDonald's Canada there.
hmm
Yep.
See the French under there?
Yeah, that is not usual. But anyhow, that's from Alberta, not
Yep. There's
other
a
provinces.
new GeoGuessr tip. If you play GeoGuessr.
Yeah, you'll win at trivia next time.
Hmm.
This is what we live for, right? Making everyone's trivia days better.
That is all my knowledge is. I call it Jeopardy knowledge because there's no other reason it would be useful unless I was on Jeopardy.
Yeah, that's also. I think a lot of people that just like looking things up
Mhm.
have a lot of just like assorted Jeopardy knowledge because I just wanted to know the answer.
Yeah.
That's
Speaking
all
of
I
knowing
got.
the answer,
Yeah,
Speaking
we're in an
of,
office.
We're in an office. We're waiting for our appointment, our unscheduled appointment.
scheduled appointment. The only light in the office is the light from outside shining the amber light from the torch lit office, because we had not established light bulbs, and I don't think we need to.
Nope.
But there,
Can it be like a skull chandelier with like candles?
no, it's
Yes.
no, I'm going for more fluorescent light themed braziers. So there's like a long trough of like fire, and then there's reflective panels like curved over the top, so it rains down into the
Nice.
office, but it still has that fluorescent like beam light effect where there's like sections that are lit and they're slightly darker in between sections for like a very uniform, not that great office lighting.
Okay.
But that light is shining through the Venetian style blinds, the classic crappy plastic blinds that this office has. And that's the lighting you have. It's just like the through the blinds lighting, because there's no lights on in the office. And we see everyone didn't turn on their character names. No, I have to go and look every time so I get it right. Karina.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't.
Karina has just picked up the sketch photo of
it's
her
framed
and
like
her
a
mom
photo.
and her dad.
Yeah. It's framed like a photograph you have of your family on your desk, but we have not also
Not seen photography. Yeah.
There's no photography, so it's a sketch of the family from like a fair event, I think.
So I've just picked up the sketch and I'm just kind of looking at it a little bit
There's
sadly,
mournful music.
longingly.
Yeah, we get the like fade up where your part of your head still in frame of like a 2-second clip of that scene of like, oh, let's get a picture done by the portrait guy. And then we go back down and see the picture.
Oz says, while you're looking at this picture, if she really did want to see you, she could have at any time before this.
Not easily. She's Death's chosen. It's not like they'll just let her go.
She's not a prisoner. She's their leader.
Speaking of that, do we know she won't just like have us killed?
No.
The Death's cult doesn't just kill people usually. It's
this would be the unusual
It's like,
sort of
we don't
thing.
kill people. Asterisk.
Usually.
Sometimes, unless we're killing today. Unless it's like it's one of the things where it's never in any of their official things. It's never part of their official mantra of what they do and part of the religion that they kill people. But also, people still die, and there's always some justification, like it was the saint of stabbing day. Someone must be, and then someone needed to be but you're not really sure where they're ever drawing this information from. There's always some religious reason why the murder happened, but yes, people get murdered. No, it's never really called a murder.
If you want to find any information about this, we're in the perfect place. Let's search her office.
I don't think they would have information on do we murder trespassers or not in the main office.
I'm already opening drawers.
Yeah, that's just policy. They're not gonna put it on a memo because that's the paper trail then.
Yeah, but I agree. We should search her office as I open the other drawer that you're not in.
Yeah, so the office drawers are locked. Like the desk drawers are locked. There's two like filing cabinet style structures with like 2 drawers on each, and then a big panel of the middle of the desk that looks like it probably either A, folds up, or B, slides back. You're not really sure exactly what the mechanism looked like because it's pretty neatly done into the desk, but you can clearly see the middle panel is like a movable panel, but it's the like 3 little key locks, one in the middle, one on each side.
Searching the office.
There's a bookshelf and like a leather chair, and you're not sure what the leather's from. Mystery leather.
Totally leather. Cyber Tiger leather. That's definitely.
Who knows? It's mystery leather.
I didn't realize we were in RimWorld.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of wandering over to the bookshelves and just looking, and like searching the office is probably fine, but if you take anything, it's going to be real obvious that the 3 of us did it.
That's why they don't figure it out until we leave.
One whole row of the bookshelf is just all different copies of the exact same book, which is the main religious text for the death cult. There's like different editions and alternative covers, like a collector's cover that's all white for someone to sign.
Still, even if they figure it out afterwards, I'd rather a crime that goes undiscovered. That works a lot better.
I don't think I say anything. I just start trying to pick the locks. Starting, I'm most intrigued by the center lock. Of course,
Well, I
it's the
think you
center
can
lock.
roll like their desk locks that we've already proven you have a lockpick. So I think it's ob one just to pop all the locks on the desk.
You pop all the locks on the desk.
I will help you because I also need glory.
Okay. I pop all the locks on the desk.
Hey! So the drawers open and it's like nothing too intriguing. One of the drawers is filled with like protein bars and like a toothbrush and some toothpaste. Standard office stuff. Is that not what you keep in one of the drawers at your desk in an office?
No.
Like, something
Maybe the protein bars, but not a toothbrush.
Okay. No.
I mean,
okay. Standard office stuff is
I think that I'd say that standard office stuff. You show up to work late, you didn't brush your teeth. There's a toothbrush there. You can brush your teeth now. You got to be prepared. There's the two bottom ones are like files. One side is all files related to like the school, the death training initiative that's happening currently. To, as you can see, you've put it together now. They're actively trying to suck people in to their death cult and actively grow right now.
A cult is recruiting.
What?
Yeah, but more than just like the normal passive recruiting.
They've increased recruitment.
Yeah, like usually they just have like a booth up at schools and stuff, and they're not like going around finding people.
I'm imagining like Dare, but it's death.
But there's
like, DETH.
People. I don't know. At college, there's like when I was at college, like people would hand me random religious pamphlets. I think this is the same thing.
There's like at least in American colleges, there's like I assume other colleges too, but like the free speech area where people just stand there and like do whatever. Yeah, they like can pass stuff out or like.
Yeah, it's like a long little rope around it. It's like you can say whatever you want here, and usually it's people with very strong opinions about things that everyone
don't even go to the stool. They just like come there to like stir up trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is new, but
that's
all right.
As far as I'm aware, not a thing.
That's a thing.
We've got a day of club day, and then at that day, you take whatever you get from
It's a thing here because those people who like to stir up trouble also love to have lawsuits. Like they love trying to sue.
So
schools.
Here, go into this corner and do that, and away from, or at least where everyone else knows to avoid.
They guess it makes it easier in the school if there's a designated spot for them.
Yeah.
So it's like they can get in trouble if they're not. They're designated shouting at the student spot. Yeah.
Because then the students will shout back at them.
Oh, we do that anyway.
So,
anyway, so they've really amped up recruiting.
Okay.
They're sending teams out to remote areas where they think people might be to bring them to the halls of whatever this place is called. What's a good name for secret underground death camp?
I think Secret Underground Death Camp is the name. Ooh, they could call it the Underworld.
Yes.
I like
that. No, the Necropolis.
The Necropolis.
The Necropolis. I'm gonna add a place thing. We got it's a group effort. I want to remind everyone. I would like to be I made everyone GM so we can all add little handouts and stuff to add to the existing world library of people and places. So I'm going to make one for the Necropolis just to add to our files here. So when we come back, we've already talked about it.
Oh,
but yeah,
right.
If you
I need to...
something happens or whatever, you can update or change one of them to add more information.
I need to add my parents as NPCs.
Okay.
And then there was another drawer, right?
Yeah, and then the middle drawer is the most interesting one. Like the other one is I honestly don't know what the files on the other drawer are. They're not revealing anything. There just are files. in
It's
the
like
other
office
drawer.
paperwork files.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't get any big reveal
Payroll.
from what's in the other drawer.
Cultist
But
payroll.
the big
Cultist
money
payroll will
thing,
be very useful.
yeah, the big money thing you see on this drawer, the exciting thing is the top slides off, and there's like what looks to be like a playset CRT head, but with like teeth, like skull mouth, like big and
Yeah.
opening, but it's like the front of a CRT. It's in the
Skull-o-vision.
middle of the desk. There's a skull-o-vision, yes, and it is various angles from the ziggurat of observation. It's live feed of the town. It's just live feeds of the town, just on the skull-o-vision, and there's a little roly obsidian, like not totally smooth, but smooth enough it can roll in like a thing, so you can move it around and change the different screens.
When I first see this, I'm stunned for a second. And then I say, and then I don't think I say anything, but I start investigating it. I want to know how to, like, basically pirate this so I can also see everything they see from inside our secret base. I want to get the signal frequency. That's what I want.
It's yeah, I don't know enough about how this works.
I don't know.
Basically,
Let's just. I want to science it.
We gotta science the shit out of this.
You don't know how it works, but
No.
you know it's a thing that exists.
Yes, I want to find out, like, do I just, like, go into the back of the TV and rip the receiver out, and then I'll just bring it to my base and put it into a TV there, and then we can see it.
Alright, so I think first things first.
You have a bug.
What?
Yeah, you could have a bug.
Yeah, you could have some sort of like transmission thing you could splice into the wires, but I think we're gonna do yeah, you could have a thing. I think first things first though is going to be a test to understand this at all. There's a test to get your brain around the functionality of skull-o-vision.
Okay, so
And then-
skull-o-vision-wise is what I'll be testing to acquire.
I guess, yeah, you could try to, maybe not skull-o-vision, but like televisions in general. But we
Yeah.
don't know if this is a magic TV or like well, you know it's not magic. We don't know if it's a weird science TV.
Okay.
It's definitely a weird
It could
science
be
TV.
old
I
world
don't know what
tech,
I'm
it
saying.
could be
I
cosmic
absolutely
tech.
want to understand this. I will be
Yeah,
using my
television works.
I'll be
Like,
using
I
my
think-
lab-grown life path, since that was what grants me science-wise, which gives me the avenue to even understand this, I think.
So you're trying to do a deeds to get the skull-o-vision wise, or are you trying to do a task roll or like
I think
action roll to just examine and understand it?
I think I'll do a wise test to
Okay.
establish that I do understand electronic and broadcasting
Okay.
enough to potentially understand this.
Yeah, it could just be like broadcasting wise or something.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing then, broadcasting wise. Because one of my original goals that I rewrote in our first session when we established characters was actually about making my own radio station as well. So let's do this. We didn't establish the ob, but I think that's enough.
Yeah.
Oh, 5, yes, most definitely enough. Probably I was gonna say like 2 or 3.
So what's
yeah,
the temporary version of a wise again? It's not a focus.
I think it's called. I was
Subject.
like right there.
It's
yeah,
subject.
Subject of interest.
Broadcasting.
Yeah. So there's the base. I'm just double checking to see what the ob would have been. Subject is common. It's not common knowledge. It is. It's unusual. It is actively hidden. So probably this looks like 4.
I don't know if broadcasting in general, which is what the wise is, would be actively hidden, but definitely.
But it is overly coincidental to know.
That's true.
So it would have been you still got it with your 5 successes, but it would have been ob 4 to
Okay.
to get it to begin with.
Perfect.
So yeah, you have skull-o-vision wise. So you want to try to see what you can do
Mhm.
to hack the thing, or do you have like another device that you are trying to install. What is the plan of action to copy this feed?
I
You want to find like the frequency? Do you
I
want to
think that's
find
what I'm
like?
gonna do. I don't think I have a device on me that happens to be able to do that.
It's definitely like. Do we think
Well,
this
you
is
could
like
do a resources test and try it.
Except that I'm taxed on that resources that is most likely to help.
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
could do another resources, but that's not as likely to help, and it's a very convenient thing. Like that would be a very high ob to have. I think
that would be overly convenient, and that would not be a helpful life path.
yes.
Yeah, you could just be like writing down what the frequency is once you figure it out, and
Yeah.
then you take it back. Yeah.
So my goal here is I'm gonna like look at the wiring, look at the settings, look at the frequency, and basically know everything I need to know to be able to build something that can also receive all these signals back. Like if I have the right equipment, but
Yeah, you'd need a TV.
I would need a TV, but if I had what I needed, I know how to set it up. Basically,
Yeah.
I want
No,
to
the only
understand it
thing-
enough to be able to replicate it.
Yeah, the TV is going to be the biggest obstacle in the future to make this work. It's like you need to have a TV. Those are not going to be common technology, and those are not easy to build.
Yeah, I agree. But my intent here is just to be, if I have a TV, be able to build this.
All right, so that's going to be. I need more screens.
Yep.
All right,
So,
normal
I
op
think
test,
would
right?
this be establishing a condition in this case? Because it's something that's not temporary. It's more just like I now know this. Would it be just be a general skull-o-vision understanding
It's not
condition?
it's not a condition, but I do think it's a test.
Okay, and then it's just narrative.
to get it, and then you narratively have it, and the next time it comes up, we
Okay.
know, make note.
Might write
of
it down under conditions because that's a good.
Yeah,
You can
just
write
as a
it down
note.
under condition, but it's not a condition. It's not something that is.
Okay.
Conditions are specifically like connected to the character.
So
Like
in the fiction, I'm just like diving in. I'm like unscrewing things when I can and like looking inside in the back and
Yeah, you gotta look at the back, and you gotta have to figure it out without like changing the channel. Basically,
Yeah, I don't want to break it.
you can't flip through settings.
Ooh, that's a good. If I fail, then something changes or breaks in it, even if it's just a change channel. I don't know how to fix it or change it back.
if you get 0 successes, you break it,
Okay, sweet.
and if you get less than you need, like if you get less than you need, you probably just don't figure it out, and if you get a lot less but not 0, you change the channel and don't have to change it back.
Okay, so I
Um,
think I'm using lab grown for the life path and my broadcast subject, which gives me +1 die.
yeah, so that's 4.
I have know it all as a trait.
Like that counts.
Yeah.
Okay.
5. Yeah,
Curious is a trait, but curious doesn't imply I wouldn't damage things I'm curious about, so I don't think that helps. Ooh, skinny actually helps, because it means I can get my arms in the wiring without messing with things more.
yeah.
I
So that's
agree.
let's call
Yeah.
it 6. It's gonna be
Yep.
ob 3 because this is gonna be a journeyman task. You have to have knowledge to even attempt it. And it's a moderate obstacle because you're trying to like not break it and not change the channel.
I want fate. Can I also use curious against myself to raise the ob from 3 to 4, because I'm
Oh,
pushing my own limits of understanding without breaking
or
it?
I was thinking
Not
because you
raise the
are.
op or just give
Raise-
disadvantage because disadvantage is re-roll and it sucks.
Which one is it?
Hold on.
I don't know.
I think.
That would
see.
actually change if I want to do that. 'Cause
Oh wait,
reroll
you would
succeed.
increase the ob hindering trait.
Okay. Then yeah, if
Yeah.
it's increasing the ob, then I'll do it. So I'll increase the ob from 3 to 4 using
Yeah.
curious. Okay. Because it's
So
literally
let's
just
just
like, what does
say-
this do a bit? And then I just fiddle with it.
Oh yeah, hindering
And that'll either
trait.
give you fate
also-
or let you untax the thing.
Oh, if you use a life path, I think that is not as helpful.
Yeah, life path is untaxed.
If you use a life path that is less helpful, you untax. Okay, I didn't know that.
Wait,
But-
where does it say that?
I think I know there was something about that. Let me see.
Check. Clearing
You have-
I think it has to actually be a hindering life path.
It'd
for it
be
to untax.
Arth section.
Yes, it is a hindering life path. You have to correct. That's what it is. Yeah. If you use the specific, it's going to be under tax.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. If you specifically use the wrong life path to do a thing, so it's a hindering life path, meaning you roll 1d6 instead of the life path rating, then it.
Okay. I will not be doing
stats.
that. I will just be doing the trade.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
there we go.
it says when you use a hindering life path, or when a player uses a life path to hinder an obstacle test, not an ability test, they can choose to clear the tax from that life path rather than receive a fate point.
But I will not be doing that. Will be getting a fate from using my trade against myself, and
I am specifically not
Okay.
helping because I'm doing my own thing.
ooh, just
Yes.
enough. Ob 4, and I got 5.
Cool. Yeah, you're rolling big dice here.
Understanding of 8. I'll put in the condition, or the condition equivalent. Knowledge to build Skull-O-Vision.
Skull-O-Vision receiver.
Receiver.
Yeah.
Skullcast receiver.
Yep. Okay.
Why do I have a feeling Comcast is still worse than Skullcast?
So
But at least
I'm probably spending quite a bit of time tinkering in the back. I don't
yes,
even
this
say
is quite a bit of time.
I don't say anything to anyone unless they go out of their way to address me. I'm just like, ooh, a thing, and then dive right into it.
Yeah, I am, from Slush's perspective, he's gonna go like, okay, both of these are good things to have for the Frost Shepherds. I'm going to relinquish the Skull-O-Vision in order to get a deep dive into the other stuff. Because basically I want to like flip through, find like the stuff that like maybe has names like Acolyte so and so went out, he like try and get like dirt on the death cult to
You're gonna
bring
get the
back.
the pastoral council therapy notes on everyone. Is that what you'll try and get? Just like, Death's Chosen,
don't
help!
know.
I have this problem. Can you help me? And then she just like,
No, well, because the stuff in the other one was like proof that they're increasing
recruiting a lot,
recruitment, and they're sending people out to places, right? So that'll have names, that'll have where they're going. That also says like if we're recruiting more, they might have names of who was recruited on there.
Especially as
And-
people would have had to be recruited from essentially the city. That's the only other place we have. Which
Yeah.
is
You
where
know,
Frost Shepherds are coming from.
other people randomly live in the wastelands, though.
Yeah.
Like, there is evidence of that there are people that just live out there at assorted places. Whether we don't know the mechanics of the city, it's hard to really say
Yeah.
what's going on with that.
Only we are
And
trapped by the city.
Who knows? We don't know the mechanics of the city.
my headcanon is we're basically in like Central Park. So we're surrounded by the city without knowing we're surrounded by the city.
It's just a really big.
It's a big park. Yeah.
Yep.
But so I want to look through that, find the stuff that has like very useful information. Let's take those papers out, and because I got a lot of other stuff on our way out of the library, I will
Papers.
slide in papers that are not as useful, so it doesn't look like anything's missing until they actually look through it.
You're gonna put some decoy like
I approve.
I-94s in there.
Yeah,
instead of,
I'm putting decoy papers in. Because until they actually go to check the records, they're not gonna know.
Yeah. So yeah, because you grabbed all of those papers, so you have the resources you need to do that.
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a task roll of some kind,
Yeah.
right? I think
I think-
that's a task roll. That seems
It's
Yeah.
more a matter
tasky.
of like finding and identifying the important papers, probably.
You know what? You know what works for that? Espionage focus.
Paperwork espionage.
Yep.
What is your ultimate intent?
Get important papers without it being recognized.
Yeah, I think get important paperwork for the Frost Shepherds without, I guess, drawing suspicion, right? Like, if they find out, it'll be much later, and they can't pin it to the 3 shitty teenagers who were in the office. Right? Like something like that.
Right? Sorry, I was writing up the thing for Metropolis. I had to, got distracted with the paperwork. So obstacle for that. So there's the 3 shitty cheat. So it doesn't come back to you. You bluff them with the fake paperwork.
Well, it's not really bluffing. It's just like if they just look at it, it doesn't look like anything's missing. It's
Yeah,
until they go and like check it.
that's why it's a bluff. Like
That's fair.
it's there until it's challenged.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So that's a journeyman move. That you have to have some amount of skill, but you don't need to be a master to pull off this plan.
Uh-huh.
It seems like a pretty easy thing to overcome, honestly. To just pull out the paperwork, but you want to pull out the important papers.
Yeah.
Which I think bumps it up to 3.
Okay, op 3.
Do you have any hindering traits or conditions? You've not been failing enough rolls for me to give you conditions. It makes this challenging.
All of my traits are like social traits, basically.
Yeah.
I think can I use my focus espionage?
Not to hinder.
No, to help.
I mean, yeah, that's a relevant skill.
Okay, and then I guess just garrison born because I learned how to do things.
Yeah, that's the life. Are you using that as an additional life path?
No, I'm using that as just the life path.
The life path. I don't think that's a helpful life path.
Would Outcast be helpful?
I think Outcast might be more do we think that's more helpful than Garrison Born?
For stealing papers, is that the kind of outcast that you're meaning? Is that likely something that you did?
I did Outcast to be like between the Frost Shepherds and the Pitfall people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I would think.
I think that's more of a like you're on the fringe of society, you do what you gotta do kind of outcast. This is I don't know what this is. I wouldn't call it helpful though. I wouldn't call it unhelpful.
I'd call it neutral, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
They both seem kind of neutral unless you have a strong like argument as to why one would be.
I was thinking Garrison Born could be more helpful because if the Frost Shepherds are like they literally have espionage as a class that you could take, right? There's probably more there.
It was because you wanted the skills why they had it as a class.
Yeah, but if they're teaching people to be like part of the Frost Shepherds, you know.
And okay, fine, that's a fair enough point. And also they're a bureaucracy-driven body, so knowledge of paperwork, I guess, makes it helpful. So you get the helpful, you get the 1 skill.
So it's 4 for a difficulty 3, right? Cool. 4 dice. Aha! I did it.
Nice.
Whoop whoop. All right. So what papers do you get?
I was basically just looking for names of recent recruits, names of people.
You definitely have a big like name roster, but it's all just like random common people name. They don't. No one.
No one has last names.
They have they have last names and stuff, but like it's no one important. It's just like guy we found wandering by a creek, guy we found here. And they have like a name next to him. Like you definitely get the list of like recent recruits, but it's all just like nobodies. It's just like bodies for their numbers.
But I was also thinking like
you get a couple other things. I'm just saying for that specific item.
Okay.
Let's say you get three things. You got 1.
I guess because that would count as proof of them expanding, right?
Yeah. Yes, it's proof of them expanding. Whether or not that's illegal is its own. That's not like against the law for a church to recruit. You're just more than usual. This is more than their usual amount of recruiting.
Can I get names of people they're sending out to do this recruiting?
Yeah,
so list of all the people who are currently in the Death Cult?
Yeah, I guess could be that.
Yeah, but that's a lot of. It depends on
current roster.
That depends on who you count.
The phone directory, you know.
There's no
Who's in
phones.
charge of what secret, cell? And
It's a mole directory because it's the old mole people.
You can all right, so you can definitely get a list of people currently on like mission
Uh-huh.
to do recruiting. There's not really a running roster of who's there right now. They keep track of like who left to go somewhere for like a task for the church or for the
Mhm.
cult, but they don't have like a running list of everyone who's involved because people kind of come in and out of their involvement, at least at the
Right.
lower levels. Like there's a lot of names that are there on every single paperwork. Like clearly they do this a lot,
Uh-huh.
but because it's still they believe in some element of like freedom for their members. There's not like
Mhm.
it's all like, oh, you're doing they don't pay anyone for it for the same reason, but it's oh, the church needs this service of you. And it's
Right.
what
I guess my last thing then is what would be something useful for the Frost Shepherds, right? I want something that like I could bring back that either like proves some
well
nefarious means or like is useful to them in some way.
yeah, the Death Cult is less paperwork driven than the Frost Shepherds. Like you don't, there is no like big crime plan file.
Right.
Like there's a couple things that could point to it. Like the Frost Shepherds will definitely find it interesting that they're doing active mission trips into the unknown to recruit people. They'll
Uh-huh.
definitely find it interesting the fact they have an underground cultist training facility.
Uh-huh.
So I guess
But
maybe a floor plan for the cultist. A
Will
map.
they even have a floor plan of this area?
yeah, I don't think they'd have like a floor plan, but you could definitely get like a little
The map given to the junior cultist.
You are here.
There's 3 buildings. It's just this one over here, that one there, and that one over there.
I guess maybe something that like could give the Frost Shepherds like probable cause, right?
Oh.
Like something like that.
That's
If you want an
what I'm
idea for
trying
something to
say.
find, it's a list of
Yeah.
death cult spies among the Frost Shepherds.
That could be useful.
So you can cross. Right. My point being, they're not keeping records of their crimes. You can find
Right.
things that'll point to. So for death cult records among the Frost Shepherds, if you wanted to know that, I do have an answer for that.
Uh-huh.
If you want to use your last one for that, is that the one you want?
Yeah, spies among the Frost Shepherds would probably
Alright.
be like one of the
So-
most useful
Or maybe
things.
there's
When
probably
you're
just like
flipping-
one, because most of them are pretty like not.
Yeah. When you're when you're scanning your finger down the list of like acolytes or like missionaries from the death cult, you notice a couple of them are their location listed as Frost Shepherd Garrison. They are acolytes inside the Frost Shepherd Garrison, or like missionaries inside the Frost Shepherd Garrison, which strikes your attention of that's not a missionary, that's just in town.
Yeah. Okay.
These are the spies.
Got it.
So you got 3 guys that are on missionary duty inside the Frost Shepherd garrison.
They managed that one is impressive. Wait, does that mean Frost Shepherds joined the cult?
Well,
No, it's just they're spies. They're just
it's
spies.
They're
been
just spies.
like a cycle, 10 years or so there's probably some.
Yeah, there's definitely intermingling, but these guys, but as for like there is no church service at the Frost Shepherds. They would not allow like people in cult robes to be walking around. These
Yeah.
are just spies.
Yeah. So, I have very useful information of that, kind of okay information and like who they're sending out to these places, and then just like all the Joe Schmoes that they recruit.
Yeah. Now the only real hurdle is like the Joe Schmoes recruit have the name they filled up the paperwork with on, but the missionary reports have like more culty names. So you're not sure like they might
Like,
be their
yeah.
there might be their legal name, but it's like cultist this or like acolyte this or like whatever their weird like naming convention is. And so it's not like Jeff Bridger, the like shoemaker or whatever his name
Yeah.
was.
It's
Like,
like
it's-
endless torment. or
Yeah,
whatever.
so it's like you don't know if it's their cool death cult name or what, but that's
Yeah.
the names they have listed on that.
I'll take what I could get.
Yeah, but
Code
it's
names.
definite proof there's people doing missions out there. It's definite proof that they're upping recruiting, so their missions are successful, and it's definite proof that they're spies in. Definite's a strong word. It is evidence pointing towards the recruitment, the missions, and spies in the garrison.
Okay. I place the decoy papers. I put those more important papers in my robe, and I look like I'm not doing anything anymore,
You start
Just
whistling.
just in case they walk in.
You're whistling
Yeah.
and walking around while your friend is messing with the TV in the desk.
Yep. I'm just because I don't want to look suspicious.
Karina, what are you up
I'm,
to?
s-
Yeah, what are you
I'm still
doing during
looking-
this office scene?
I'm not actively trying to achieve anything right now. I'm still looking at the books, kind of pulling out the photo, looking at it. The not photo, whatever, sketch, looking at it a bit. I am basically getting more and more nervous as things go. Like, this is somebody who I have not seen for a decade, and I was not allowed to see. Yeah, no. So I'm getting amped up and very nervy for something that I've been waiting for a while.
Yeah, so
Nice.
so everyone is like doing the thing. You're messing with the TV. I think you're like wrapping it up and like putting the last panel on, and you're closing the drawer to the desk as you return the files. And then you're staring off at the bookshelf, thinking about your family and how things could be. And then the door opens. And all of you
Do we all
stop,
just, like,
a
jump?
deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
look, and you. It's dark in here, so they don't see you right away. So you have a split second to react if anyone has the thing real fast. But it's
What do they look like?
oh, it's a guard cultist. I don't know what that exactly looks like. It's not your bomb, but it's the guard
Fair
that walks
enough.
into rooms first for your bombs.
Mm-hmm. I hide under the desk.
Okay, so what way does the door open? Does the
In
it opens in?
To
Yeah.
us.
Cool. I
To
want to
you.
hide behind the door
Oh, yeah, you
as
have a
he's
s-
opening it.
yeah, you have a split second to act. So you're hiding behind the door. You're hiding under the desk.
I am not hiding.
You're not hiding.
I'm-
Okay.
I am peering to see who's coming in after.
Well, now no one because the guard with the laser sword.
Oh, good.
Like points and he's like, "Who goes there?" kind of thing.
Karina, I'm looking for Death's Chosen.
He looks around, like looks behind him,
I'm,
see
like,
if he has like an
peering to try and-
order.
Mom?
Yeah, and if he gets told to like stand down. I need the two people hiding to make quick little stealth rolls against.
Good thing
Up to-
espionage counts for this, right?
I need an obtuse
That's
stealth
a
roll for
really
both of you.
useful
Does
thing.
eavesdropping help with this?
I'd
I'm
say so.
I'd say yeah, be a good eavesdropper. You have to squeeze into eavesdrop places.
All right. Then I have 4 dice.
I also have 4. I would like to spend
was the
persona on
ob?
this, please.
Two.
Two.
Okay.
I spend
Yeah.
persona.
Spend your persona.
Okay, I
Yeah,
did it.
you're both
Yay.
hidden.
I stood right behind the door.
The door will just stay open for a while.
Yeah, the door. Yeah.
No,
So,
I'm just peering over the guard's shoulder, like, Mom, are you?
yeah, she this is the guard with like stand back. It's my child and like walks into the room and
If she
greets
goes into
you.
the room and there is no guard behind her, I am running over and I am hugging.
Why you're gonna say stab for a second?
Stabbing her.
That's what she was considering.
I'm running over and I'm stabbing her. That fits with other characters, not in this case.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you can do
Like,
that. That's not that seems
there
like a
is a
normal thing to
tackle.
do.
I am really curious to know what her reaction is, though.
Shocked at first, and then like a light embrace thereafter. Like, oh, okay.
We're doing this now.
Wasn't expecting this. Kind of a, yeah.
It is so good to see you. They weren't going to let me unless I actually saw 12 deaths, so I did up my count from 8 to 9, but it was just going to take so long, and while I had an apartment, which was really nice and all,
So
I
she
didn't want to
starts
wait
to
for 3 more deaths,
shush.
and...
She starts to shush you. It's like, come, sit, and we'll talk about it. And she like dismisses the guard, like bows and walks out and closes the door behind him.
I'm just sitting there like this.
Are you doing anything?
Can I like?
You don't need to roll again, but you have to move.
Yeah, she's gonna see you when she sits down.
What?
Yeah, what's the silly move you do to get out of the line of sight?
Is there a,
I go. I
dead
stand
potted
right
plant?
behind. I stand right behind.
I have trouble
Karina.
believing you're smaller than me, but
That's not hiding because the Karina's also, I'm assuming, gonna sit down or pace around the guest chair. One of the two.
And
also
I
she's
di-
going to go sit down at her desk where there is
I dive behind the
I
other
will,
side
like,
of the desk.
I am skinny. I can fit under there despite her legs being there. I will
Yeah,
try.
I was gonna-
there's
I was-
no way I have crawled into the under desk spaces. You do not fit with another person there.
Yeah, so yeah, you as the door opens, you do a little somersault on the floor.
the other
like,
side of the
you
desk.
right behind the desk as she walks around to sit on it, and yeah, we see her pull out the chair.
And I'm crawling under the
getting this
desk the
from-
other
yeah.
direction.
Yeah, we're getting this from Oz, and then you slip out under the desk, and you're also hiding behind the other side of the
Yeah, we're
filing
both just-
cabinet.
We're both just
What do
there.
we do?
I'm just looking at things like I'm not gonna reveal you, but also what the.
Yeah, and she sits in her questionable leather chair and gestures for you to sit on a much more austere looking, less cushiony chair that's in front of the desk. Please sit.
And I do so.
Yeah. So you're kind of in between your two friends hiding on the desk.
She could put her feet on us. She doesn't need to care.
Okay, you two.
And
It is so good to see you.
yeah, she begins to just, nice, like it's nice to see you two, kind of like platitudes, not upset that you're here or anything. Like expresses her regret that they were trying to put you through all those like hoops to make her see her. She's laments at the fact that she doesn't have much control of her like schedule.
But
I-
you're the one who's in charge. Like, you should have a lot of control of your schedule, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's the way she sees it. It's more that, or at least the way she tells it, is that but she has a responsibility that she needs to uphold to the church, and there's only so much she can do that without lacking on any of her responsibilities and yada yada
mean-
yada.
Responsibility, yeah, but you've been at this for like 20 years. I don't know, maybe a little less, but like it's been a long time. Can't you just, appoint somebody else?
And I just
there is
mouth,
no-
like,
Or take a vacation?
Yeah, and
Glance down.
you get like a long
Glance
sigh.
up.
Like the concept of vacation is not something that I think they have in the death cult, but
yeah.
definitely like something like she understands the like frustration, but like she's stuck between a rock and a hard place on it. It's kind of her main expression thereof. Like I can't like leave because everyone, the way she sees it, everyone counts on her, but you don't know if she is like. It's one of those conversations where it seems like she is also upset by this problem, and she feels kind of stuck. You're not sure if she's actually stuck, if she's in danger if she leaves, but she's not making it she's not making it clear if it's really her feelings or if she's just parroting back what everyone keeps telling her when she tries to take a vacation.
Look, I get that this is something that's really hard, but like, can you not leave? This isn't sounding like you can't. Just go. This is sounding more like you won't leave, and that's they've had enough time.
but the faithful need me kind of thing. Like it's really the vibe. If you want to, like,
But I
you want to try to
need
push
you.
her opinion and need a roll is what I'm getting at. Like, if you want her to like not even push an opinion, but like to get to a different point about that specific subject about like leaving the church, you have to either convince her. I have not quite decided exactly why she's sticking her into either that she feels like she needs to or she's being pressured to. It's somewhere in that realm. Like there is some either internal or external force keeping her pinned in place, and you're not sure what that is. Like, and she's not making it clear. So either you can try to divine or interpret what you think from what she's
Yeah.
saying as to why she's put in place, or you could
Yeah,
try to
let's
just, regardless of that, try to change her mind on that position, despite not knowing what's keeping her in place, or both. You could do both.
Can I hinder?
No, I've got the instinct to always seek to understand the reasons why. So I think it makes sense to basically go in and basically say, okay, but why really? Why are you stuck here? Why? What is the reasoning here behind this?
Can I hinder
Yeah.
by shaking my head where only you can see and literally mouthing words like she doesn't really care and she doesn't really love you kind of things?
Is that hindering?
That's
Is that
hindering.
hindering you?
It's hindering. My intent is to hinder making you accept the shallow reason she gave as true.
Oh, no,
she
I
just
was
doesn't care.
asking-
Oh,
I was asking if Karina was hindered by that. Would that hinder you?
I think it would be distracting.
Also
So,
true.
do you think that's hindering?
Your intent might not work, but I'm trying to figure out exactly and read between the lines, and instead there's someone, poking my ankle repeatedly, trying to distract me.
I'm just smacking his hand, being like, "Shut the fuck up!"
I'm not saying
We're
anything.
hiding.
Yeah. So, let's clarify the goal of what you're trying to get out of Mom. You're trying to get out.
Why she won't leave the death cult.
Yeah.
I want to know
why
her-
exactly she won't leave.
why exactly. Is she in
Cool.
danger? Is XYZ? Why?
I think you have to know. Just talk about the ob real fast, and then we'll talk about your dice pool on that. So through the task is going to be talking to her. I think, right? You're not trying to beat it out of her.
No.
Okay. So then you have to talk to her about it. So I think you have to know her to have this conversation. So we're gonna say it's a journeyman task. And we're gonna say it's hard because she doesn't want to. She's trying to keep like her problems from you. She's trying to keep this thing separate from you. Probably why she let you get taken away to the other village.
Well, she didn't know anything about it, but also...
Well, didn't try to come and get you back either.
No.
She found out at some point that you were gone.
Yep.
So we're gonna say this is hard to overcome. Let's make it 4. And did we say the head bobbing was
a hindering die? I agree that is, yes.
Because it's distracting people beneath you poking you.
Yeah, so you get ob 5. This is the biggest test yet. Maybe we get a condition scored by your mother or something similar.
Okay, I'm going to try and do a dice pool. We'll see if it comes anything close to this is possible, and then if not, I'll add on some negative conditions. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out why she'll leave the Death Cult, so I'll roll with Death Cult Born, which I think is, a helpful life path in this case. I've got Death Cult Wise as the thing there, so I think that's 4.
Yep.
Wilderness Survival is doing nothing.
Nothing at all.
And my relationship with question mark is not with Mother.
But your dad?
I'm wondering if hopeful or frank as a condition are useful in these cases.
I think frank is useful.
Yeah.
You're like, Mom, just tell me why you can't leave.
Yeah. Okay, so 5 dice, ob 5.
I am not helping because I don't want to be part of the consequence.
And hindering raised the ob.
Yes.
Now, what I could do is chuck in the condition of trusting, which is going to
6 on 5.
No,
5 on
trusting 6. Is probably the hindering, more likely.
Yeah. So 5 dice off 6.
Well,
Mhm.
Is hindering disadvantage, or is it just ob?
It just increases
It's just
ob.
an ob, I think.
Okay.
I think disadvantage is a lot rarer.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Disadvantage
let's
is
give
like a
this a
fictional
shot.
positioning.
Let's
as
do
opposed to,
5 on 5. I'm not
5
going
on
to chuck
5?
trusting in there. I'll deal with trusting with the, outcome.
Yeah, that's how you make conditions go away, is you use them to hinder a test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, what do I need to re-roll?
Persona.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Persona 1. Let's give this another shot. That was so close.
It was really
Of
close.
course, this could
Could be
definitely make
worse.
things worse.
Oh!
You do it. So Jordan, why is she stuck?
Why is
Yeah.
the mom stuck?
Yeah, why is she stuck?
Um.
What was the reason? Please explain.
Ooh. Okay. You have your idea first. I have an idea.
Okay. My idea is that as the chosen of death, she can only leave if she dies. That's
Like,
how
by
it works.
Church law.
Yeah.
I do
So
like
it
that.
doesn't say
Yeah.
anything about if you die and are revived, but it says you have to die
Okay.
before you can leave. What was your idea, Spence?
My idea was that she's terminally ill. Something like that.
Let's do both. She has to die, but she's also terminally ill.
And then, like, her treatment or whatever medicine is being used to not make her better, but just keep her symptoms at bay, is in the village, and she can't leave,
Ease
basically.
the passing.
Yeah, basically, ease the passing. And she effectively is stuck here, because it's the only place that they know of with that.
Yeah.
Well, I do like both. I don't think we should go with both because it splits the focus a lot.
I agree.
Mhm.
Marissa, do you want to pick which
I'm-
one is most interesting to you?
Yeah.
I'm tempted on the
You got a
she
bunch
has
of
to die.
successes.
She has to die to
Because that
leave?
immediately comes up with the plan of, okay, we just have to fake your death.
Yeah, she's like Death Chosen is a lifetime commitment. By being Death Chosen, I'm in it till I'm claimed by the god.
But you're done with being death chosen. You don't want to do that anymore?
I just she expresses it to you in a better sentence with this, but she's torn between the idea that she still cares about the religion and the church. She's just unsure about the church's current motives and direction.
What? The more militant growth of it?
Yeah, the rapid growth, the better focus on laser sword classes over learning verse kind of thing. The rapid growth, the increasing of the armory kind of thing. She's like, I'm not super jazzed about the direction we're going in right now, but
Look, you're
Jeff's,
already the
the
head
god
of the
spoke
church.
to me.
Look, you're already the head of church and you're not able to do anything. If
Not
there's
the
going to be any solution to this
She
problem, it's not going to
clarifies
be
that
by you right now.
she's more of she clarifies, once again in a more setting appropriate sentence, but she's closer to a living saint than in charge of the church. She is an important religious figure, but she's not literally the in charge person. She's a lot of sway
She's more like a
with all the
figurehead.
members. Yeah, she's like a figurehead, but she has actual responsibilities, but she doesn't actually call all of the shots on it.
She's not like the Pope.
You're still the closest it gets. And look, if you're a living figurehead, well, then a dead figurehead will do just as well. Let's fake your death, and we'll get you out of here. There's another whole city that's set up. You don't have to live here. I mean, I want everyone to be living together eventually, but we can take that a little bit more of the time, and maybe, but we can go there and we can be together again. And Dad hasn't seen you in forever, and I'm sure he misses you too.
Yeah,
and I mean,
geez.
you've got this photo, and
You're getting worked up again. So she's starting to calm you down. It's just be patient. We can be a family again at some point.
can we roll another stealth check, please?
I'm not moving.
I'm
staying
no
still.
longer moving.
Yes, but it's a long time in the same room with three
But
people.
no
and I
one's
really-
checking. You've just been talking to her the whole time. No one's had a
Unless you're
chance to
kicking
do
us
anything.
in the ribs, like as you're getting.
I have the
worked
worst
up.
possible idea for how to leave
Like,
later, by the
I'm
way.
getting animated, so she's leaning over to, and I'm saying, hey, look, we're gonna change the position. Maybe that's...
Yeah, well,
If you wanna,
we'll
like,
get to them in a second for
Yeah.
what they're doing. But yeah, she's speaking for caution. Like you're gonna need to basically you're gonna have to do a thing, not like in a conversation this moment, but you're gonna have to do some other thing now that she knows you're alive, and that she knows that he knows that you want to help her get out. You're gonna have to do another thing, like outside of this conversation, and then come back. Be like, now look, the situation is right now to do it, or something to like create some opening. Because right now it's status quo, and it's hard to convince someone to pick up and leave.
without an
Like even
opportunity.
if she's not super happy with the status quo,
Yeah.
like she still thinks she's still in the position that she can do something about it from here. She feels like it's abandoning. She has not lost hope in the organization, and nor does she feel an immediate pressure other than like the constant unease that she feels about kind of being locked into the position and like being shuffled around like a figurehead. But she doesn't have there's no like real sense of urgency other than you just showed up.
I'm going to
Can
basically...
I?
They're gonna have to do something. So you have to do something and then come back to when the situation has changed to like create the opening to get her to leave.
Okay.
So like destabilize the cult or like do something.
Like show something that shakes her faith, like find something that'll shake her faith in the cult. The methodology is like still up to you, but you're gonna have to create some sort of opening other than just finding her. You know where she is now, though, so that's a big help you didn't have before. You know that she is at least feeling a little bit uneasy, and you know why she's trapped.
Can I compel you, Marissa? So a compel.
Interesting with the new mechanics.
Yep. I am offering to pay you one of my fate points for you to make an interesting decision with your character. The GM judges if this is a valid compel, and then if you accept the compel, Marissa, then you gain a fate point and I lose one. I want you. I think my compel is that Karina gets angry and acts on it. And it's up to you how you act on that anger. I could see like you start like yelling at her.
Don't worry, this
or
was kind
you
of the thing I was
storm
going to do
away.
anyway, so I'll take a fate for it, sure.
Is that acceptable, Indigo, too?
Yeah, that makes sense. If like you just snap and get angry at the situation.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think about how that reaction will go. But what do you do?
So she's basically said, no, you're gonna have to come back. Like, things are just status quo.
That's what you get from
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
conversation.
there's too much going on
Absolutely
right
get
now,
it.
or something, is what she'd say.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So I'm going to basically stand up, push my chair backwards, and basically say, so what you're really saying is you don't love me enough. You never did. You never came after me. You just stayed
no, I
here with the
froze.
cult because the cult is more important than anything else to you.
And I'm just like nodding at you. Like,
Yeah.
with a trying not to smile, but I honestly care more that I'm right than I actually care about your feelings.
See,
So,
this is what I kind of wish there was a steel test.
I mean, we could just have a steel.
That's what I'm
roll.
doing. I'm giving your mom a shame steel test to see if she's just shamed into silence or not. You don't love me anymore. It's kind of a deep cut for a parent who just really, with a child. We're gonna say she has to get 3 or more successes.
Child came back
I
and
did
she
the
gave
wrong
her
thing.
a light pat.
She got
And
2, so she is standing and drooling, as you will.
I am back. I
Fine,
can hear
if
you all
you-
now.
Oh, good. We could hear you the
Okay.
whole time.
Fine. If you need a change in the death cult, I'll give you a change in the death cult. Whatever. But if I do that, if we get you out, you leave. You are going to come with us, and you are not going to be the head of this anymore. I don't care if you live in the town or wherever, but we are going to be a family again, and this is going to be what happens.
I give like a look to Slush.
Do you leave or do you stay in the office?
Come on, guys, let's go.
You said we.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Yeah, so you leave, and then we cut back to our two
I'm
stealthy.
turning on my heel to leave the office. I have to actually address them.
So we cut back to the two desk jockeys trying to see what they're gonna do.
Just
I'm
very
also-
casually stand up and go, "It was nice to meet you." Just walk out.
I have no words, and I have no idea what to do. The only idea I had to leave is no longer working. So yeah, I scuttle out as well. Just I
Yeah.
stand up, don't say anything, and just try to go in front of Slush so that he's the one in the back and she's the one in the front, and hypothetically I'm the
Nope,
most protected.
Nope, I'm going faster than you are.
Okay, so yeah, we're just sprint walking.
We're jockeying for the
yeah.
middle.
So everyone leaves the office. Is there anything else you want to do in this underground subway station?
No, I want to get out.
I think we
Get
just-
me
Well,
out.
I'm wondering if there's going to be any issues. Do we have free access here anymore?
In the
or-
future?
Oh, I was just gonna say we could cut to the next scene where you're somewhere else if there's nothing else you want to do here.
Are
I'm
we
interested
back
in
at the
having a conversation as we wander out.
I think we're having a conversation back at the slushy place because it's been long enough that we want another.
So we went back to the slushy.
Yeah,
Still in
you're-
cultist uniform.
Yeah, probably.
Just with our hoods down.
These are really hot robes. You want to get another slushy? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's. I don't think you're still in cultist uniforms, but it's definitely the three of you taking them off and going to the slushy place, and there's a slumped over cultist uniform over the bench when you go
Yeah.
and pick up your slushies.
I put all my stuff that I took into a pocket in the cultist uniform, and I just tie it with the little hemp rope
Yeah,
and make
or,
a little satchel.
bundling it.
Make a little
Yeah.
bundle of cult
Mm,
robes.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not sure. I'm tempted to take fate for that for causing a complication. I'm not really sure because it didn't cause one for me.
No,
in
you
the
got fate.
cutscene.
You got fate for it anyway.
Well, it
Yeah.
says when you take the compel, you must make
No,
a
not
suboptimal
the
choice.
compel, the revealing you two. The problem is we cut away from any
Oh.
problems, and it really caused you more complications than me.
Oh, I don't think it would have caused any problems.
Eh. Anyways,
We cut past it, so I think it's fine.
Yeah, I
okay, we can fix it, so
genuinely
we'll move
don't. Yeah, even if you did have problems, I would be one problems, and everyone's been rolling hot rocks today. I feel like it would have been.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous.
Yeah.
You stealthed your way in. We can cut your way out. You got
Okay.
in without a hitch.
sounds good. Then let's have a conversation by the slushy hut.
Yeah, by the flesh. What about what the next act is? And then we're gonna do this discussion about the next act is, and then if we still have time, just keep an eye on the clock because we got to do the
Yeah.
bits at the end.
Yep.
So it seems like to get your mom out, we can just destabilize the cult.
Stabilize the cult, make it a problem, burn it to the ground. I don't care. Let's do it.
Do you truly
Oh.
think that your mother will be a good mother to you after all of this time and that? Honestly, I think she's lost cause.
It doesn't really matter whether she's a good mother or not. Who cares? All it matters is that you bring people together. That's what families are supposed to do. It's these people, they're together, and they're together forever. That is not something you break up or something that you stop. Just because they left. Or not.
Do you need a family?
Yes. Everyone
Why?
does.
I don't.
Yes,
just
you do.
silently sucking on my slushy,
Yeah.
just like looking back and forth, like I don't know what to say here. I thought I had fucked up family problems.
You proved yourself
Who
capable.
says that you don't need family? You go home every day. I mean, we didn't go there, but I know that you've got somebody.
My father is at best distant. No,
But he's there. He exists.
he exists. I don't need him.
Everybody does. You can't just
Well-
say you don't.
If you don't like your father, why not live with your mother?
Oh, you're
I
saying
mean,
it to me.
I mean, I used to live with my mother until they kicked
I
me out.
don't
because of
have
my-
one.
You can't not have a mother.
Did she
Is
like?
that you've never met an orphan before? I'm
did
sure you've met an
she-
orphan.
Yeah.
Like I just calling
I'm not
foul
in
on
the
that,
mood.
that concept. I'm sure you've met an orphan.
I never met her. Ever.
Well, maybe we can find her.
Not interested. And I don't need my. What in this very strange world makes you think I would ever require even an iota of his assistance?
You made a robot to carry your books.
Indeed.
That at least means that there are some things that you can't do. Because last time I checked, the robot isn't finished. And you still have trouble carrying 4 books to school.
I glare at you.
Sucking up the slushy more.
Yeah. And I say, I finish that robot. And because I created it, it's relying on no one else. Do you rely on the ground beneath your feet for existing? No, it just is there. Do you rely on... You don't build much, do you, Craft?
I haven't needed to.
Well, I suppose that is your failure. To understand.
Listen. We all need different things in life, right? But I think together we are much stronger than if we were alone. And I'll look around for 3 sticks.
Yeah, so let's roll for touching metaphor.
Do you want me to
I-
roll for the metaphor?
I don't know.
it's just...
Is this the will Slush's touching metaphor quell your angsty teen hearts for the moment?
I was intending to get quelled anyways around this time. I don't really need one.
I was intending to storm off and finish my robot, actually.
Oh,
But
I was.
will the metaphor cleanse your angsty teen heart?
Oh no, I'm channeling that angst.
No, it won't. It won't. So no roll. It
Yeah, so
can't
I
possibly
look
work.
for 3 sticks and I go listen, and then I look up and Oz is
Oh,
gone,
I'm
I'm
storming
storming
off,
off.
and she's already calmed down.
and then I
Yeah,
go 2 sticks.
Are you?
Well, because the metaphor is 1 stick, I stab it, it breaks, but the 2 sticks, it's harder to break. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So then I think we move into the
True
closing
enough.
credit. The closing credit sequence with it's a little bit like a sketchier animation style than the rest of the show has been, but it's a cyber tiger like running around the town and like pouncing on like a cyber rabbit as the credits roll, and we get a voiceover at one point like next time on. So what's your plan for next week? what is the general outline, like the 2-second elevator pitch of like what is the gang getting up to next week?
I still have the Frost Shepherds do nothing without reason. I will find out what this winter project is and why they are building it. So we could
We're
that.
gonna investigate the Oz is gonna go investigate the Frost Shepherds winter initiative.
I might, yeah.
Did I have time to bring my stuff back to my mom, or is
Wanna
that
have
a
a scene
next
with that?
episode thing?
I think we've got time.
Do we have time, Indigo? Do you have time?
It could be next
I
episode.
do. Yeah, I was just thinking we got like bits and stuff. I might have overshot the timeline on that.
I think it is fine if we do it next episode.
We can
because
do an after
then
credit scene. We're still do next episode.
Yes.
We're doing
After
after
credit
credit scene.
scene.
Dropping off the.
his mom has an eye patch now for some reason. It's played by Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. So what are you doing next week?
I guess after turning in my evidence, I would like to pitch being like, someone who's not officially with the Frost Shepherds, but can like go do stuff for them for glory reasons.
I'm putting together a team.
Yeah, listen. I love it when a plan comes together. All we need is a minivan and one more person.
Yeah, so you're trying to talk your way into the Frost Shepherds auxiliary.
Yeah, just like as a way in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna aim more towards personal goals here. I want to dive into holding Slush up as this is what happens when the Frost Shepherds and the people of town get together. Look, it's a wonderful, wonderful unity of a joint person.
Yeah.
Isn't he the best?
So Karina's gonna try to promote unity and harmony through the town.
Yeah. I'm also going to go and try and make up to Oz and maneuver him into spending time with his dad.
Oh, I'm going to be sitting in the secret clubhouse and doing nothing but... I will skip school to build my robot.
Yeah.
I will not be coming to school.
Damaged his pride.
Yeah, I will not come to school until my robot is coming with me.
We don't know. We don't know that yet. We don't know yet. She's gonna try to talk with her friends and promote unity throughout the town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we have the quick after credit scene of Slush walking up to his mom with the pile of death cult paperwork. What do you tell her about this paperwork? We just cut straight into it.
So, hello, mother. My mission was very successful, and it's a lot worse than we all thought. And I'll just lay out the paperwork. So there are spies, and they are increasing recruitment. And based on me being under the desk while my friend talked to her mom, who's also the leader of the death cult, he just throws that out there like it's common knowledge.
Yeah.
You have a friend, honey?
Yeah.
A lot of eyebrow movements.
The death cult is being more militant based on the conversation I heard before my sound cut out.
That's about right.
I believe all of these compounded together are very bad for us, and I would like to be put on the auxiliary for a special team. My team, the A team.
After school team.
After school team.
Yes. We'll make this game masks, whatever it takes.
I just need to inject myself with black hole powers now, and it'll be fine.
Yep. Okay. This got so much more dramatic than I was ever planning.
Listen, my guy wants to be back in.
Drama game.
Yeah. I mean, but this game is definitely super drama-y. But yes. So just to quickly wrap up the conversation before I tangent again. Yeah, you get a lot of like eyebrow raises, and then as you walk out of the room, she like there's the shot, like the low shot of her like flipping through the papers and considering it, and like it's gonna get passed up the chain.
Yeah, that's what he wants, is her to pass it. He knows she can't really like authorize that. She's like, he could get stuff from her, but she can't go like, yes, you're part of a team now.
Yeah, it's definitely going to get passed up the chain.
Excellent.
Cool.
They know where to find me.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the Frost Shepherd Auxiliary, like student auxiliary patrol.
It's just ROTC. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking too. It's just their little ROTC program.
I don't know what ROTC stands for, but it's basically
Root Officer something.
it's basically
Training
in
Corps.
American high schools you can like join ROTC and it's like little military training.
But run
Reserve
by the
Officers Training Corps.
Yeah, but that's the college one. The high school one is JROTC. It's run by
Junior?
the actual U.S. military, and
As-
at the end of it, you take the like military entrance exam. They
Yep.
just like line you up and kick you into the army with it. It's
Yep.
it's its own problematic nightmare. But anyway, that's
Yep.
what we're gonna get to talk about next time.
Is the USA's military culture? Or
Oh,
But
yeah,
that's what
the-
I'm basing the
The
Frost
military
Shepherds off of.
pipeline.
that's
That's
fair.
what I'm basing the Frost Shepherds off of.
Yep, makes sense.
Yep.
Do they
Okay.
have Frost Shepherd Marines come to school and like make you do pull-ups? Like they challenge you to a pull-up contest?
Oh wow, okay, yeah. Maybe.
These are all real things, by the way.
I know, it's so much- it's not a joke.
Ah,
It's bad.
alright,
It's
yep.
bad for the
I'm
youth.
We've gone too American now.
So, let's do
A
end of
bit.
session. How does
Yeah.
that work again? We did it once.
So, did everyone record their fate? I guess it's just
Yes.
Persona
Yes.
and fate.
Yes.
So just Persona then at the end of the session, right? Because Fate's instant.
Yeah, everyone go through the Persona list.
What page is that again?
Fine.
Oh, I got it.
Persona- Yeah,
19.
19. Yeah.
Okay,
Who wants to go first?
I guess I could go first. My first belief is our parents are all awful. I will help Karina meet her mother so that she can understand this truth, like ripping off a band-aid.
Do you
Marissa-
understand this truth and was it shocking?
Do I fully understand this truth?
I've minimized that by accident.
I would say yes. To some degree, much more so than I did before.
Do you
Yes.
think this was simple or moderate?
Moderate because there was a lot that went into actually getting there.
Okay,
Alright, you get 4 Persona points then. Whoop whoop.
Nice.
all right. I'll write a new one after. The Frost Shepherds do nothing without reason. I'll find out what this winter project is and why they're building it. I think I'm going to change that slightly. I don't think this is worth Persona, though. I'll just find out what it is, so that,
Yeah.
it's more
You
achievable.
can resolve it. You did not work on it, so you
No,
don't
Yeah.
there's
get it.
nothing for it. And the third one, there's also nothing for it. The Frost Shepherds are tyrants, and Slush should not wish to join them. I will show him that even their presence in Pitfall is cruelty.
Yeah, we kind of had a Death Cult episode.
Yeah, this is Death Cult.
Yeah.
So,
Next week we're gonna do a Frost Shepherd episode.
yep, I'll consider rewriting it.
Oh, I just was letting you know. Next week we're doing a Frost Shepherd episode. We'll come back to the Death Cult storyline for sure. We're not putting it down, but
Perfect.
next week I think we're gonna do a Frost Shepherd episode. So
Okay.
remember that for your Frost Shepherd goals. That now is the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for
I
my
think-
You get, actually, sorry, you get 5 Persona for that belief because it involves another PC.
Oh,
right.
yes!
yeah,
Perfect. And I will actually reword. I still don't think this is replacing. This is more clarifying. I'm gonna change it from the Frost Shepherds are tyrants to the Frost Shepherds oppress individuality. Because I'm like, why does my character hate the Frost Shepherds? And I think that's why.
It's more collective than individual.
Yeah, and he is extremely individualistic, as we just had a conversation about.
yes, just a little.
He is like, 13-year-old teenager individualistic. I don't need anyone. That's
Especially you're a clone of a dude and you're like, no, I'm my own person.
it's extra angst.
We go clone myself, make my own friends.
All I'm trying to do is figure out that you're a clone and it is not
Yep.
working.
I was told to keep it secret. I have so far. Give it a bit. I don't necessarily value that secret. I was told to keep that secret by my dad. So,
Yeah.
It might not be far
Apparently,
from coming out.
anger will not reveal it. Though.
Okay. Whose turn is it? Is it my turn or?
Oh, go ahead. Absolutely.
Okay. So, the Frost Shepherds have denied me my birthright. I will earn their respect. I think that's just the furthering belief.
Yeah, that you're never gonna finish.
That's my
that one.
persona farm.
Yeah, you're never gonna finish it.
Yep. I will never earn their respect. Is what you're saying?
Well, because you named a whole group.
Yeah, I know.
You'd
Let's
have to be
see.
like raised as a hero.
Yeah, you
and...
have to become like the Saint of Ice or something
Saints of Ice.
to like earn all of their respect. So it's not like it's not impossible. It's not never. It's just improbable.
Yeah. And then Oz is rather intelligent compared to the others here. I must investigate this. I didn't really do that. I don't think.
You
You
more
gave one
confirmed
line
it.
to trying to figure it out, but that didn't quite.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
And then I think I'll ask you guys if this is like the replacing a belief to Persona. The Karuna seems set on joining this death cult. I must help her in any way that I can. I think he was thinking like, oh, she wants to join the death cult, right? I'm gonna help her out. But then it's like, oh, she just wanted to join to talk to her mom. So I think that changes to like, Karina wants to have time with her mom. I will help her destroy the death cult in order for this to happen. Like something like that.
I think that counts because that involves like that decision is informed by the play.
What
we had.
happened? Yeah.
Like that's informed by the actions the character took and the things you learned. So I think that counts for replacing. You have evolved the belief and not just been like, I'm not interested in it anymore, so we're gonna
Right.
swap around.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That seem fair to everyone? Seems like that.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I looked at the replacing a belief thing, and it looks like it's specifically meant to be character growth, not rewording or slight changes. It's meant to be my character now is different in this specific way. Now has a different outlook.
Yeah.
I don't think I think we're too early for that to happen.
Yeah, I'll figure out how to reword it better, but basically, like, yeah, she wants time with her mom. Help her get time with her mom by destroying Death Cult is basically what it is.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. I had one. The people of Pitfall may be even more broken than the town above. I must hold up slushes to the community as an example of the benefits of unity. For some reason, it never came up. The one that did come up was if Mom wasn't the leader of the death cult, we could be a family again. I must sabotage their status. And that was intentionally supposed to be a farm, and I at least think I made progress on it. The third one, which I did not announce that I was reinstating midway through session, so I don't know whether or not it counts or not, but I did midway through decide to reinstate the one from before. I believe families should be together, so I must make Oz spend time with his parent.
I think you pursued that.
I would agree with that as well. So to me, that's 2.
I think that's a Spence question. Were you pushed in that direction?
Repeat it.
I believe that families should be together, so I must make Oz spend time with his parent.
You have not made me spend time with my parent. You have pursued it.
But was it furthered?
Agreed.
Was my point was it furthered or not? Were you pushed to like because obviously she didn't make you do it yet, so it's not resolving it. But as far as furthering, were you pushed closer to or farther from or
farther from it? Actually, I'm intending to.
Interesting that it's furthering a belief rather than just pursuing. I think that's a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It is furthering the belief. You have to make progress, if not completion.
Yep.
Progress, not necessarily just acted towards it.
Yeah.
Interesting how one word changes that a lot.
Yep.
Okay. So 2. Or 1 this session.
My character is still stubborn and against it, and then another part of it got picked up because my new belief that the other two are saying the same, but my new belief is if anyone knows that I am a clone, then they will surely think I am a monster. I must keep it a secret forever from Karina and Slush.
Cool.
So that is
that belief.
Yep. So that is belief breaking bait, I guess is the term for that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you get points for breaking a belief?
You do. The replacing a belief stance part.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, of course, I specifically wrote it with you two there for more Persona.
Yeah. I think it's only +1, like not +1 each. right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So there we go. I jumped
Well, I'll
from
show up at your door
one
with
persona to 6.
Yeah.
I spent Persona this game, and I still gained Persona. I think I
Yeah.
have 4. I have 5. I only have 1 fate though.
All that's telling me is it's time to roll more ridiculous, crazy things.
Yeah, this game's very swingy. You're not going to get a lot of dice, but you're going to get a lot of points. So,
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Cool.
That was
Yeah.
episode 3
yeah.
of Hot Circle, Tales from Pitfall.
I don't know why
We
my
missed
brain.
the comments last week when someone asked like what game we were playing. And
Oh
I
yeah,
noticed
I
it said
messaged
Hot
them actually
Circle.
on Twitch afterwards, saying, "Hey, I
Like, I
missed
know-
you, but this is what we were playing." So
Yeah, it says Hot Circle, but that seems fake. So
Yeah. I don't know why my brain reworded like, what could you call another game like this? Spicy round. Don't know why.
it seems like
No
a-
matter what you do, it sounds not right.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a thing.
no, you're right. It kind of doesn't. Like Burning Wheel itself is only because it's well known now.
It's not even that well known.
It's not even that well known, but it's still a
too
weird
skewed
thing.
to think that's well known.
That you're right, but it's still like it only means something to us because it means something to us. It's still a weird term. The only difference is that Burning Wheel gives a somewhat image of a specific object with the wording, versus Hot Circle does not.
Nope.
Yeah, that could be any number
Pizza.
of
It
games.
could literally be a pizza.
It could be just like a burner on a stove. Hot Circle.
Yep.
Don't touch it. Well,
But
that's about all I got. For
it's a
this
good
week,
game.
I guess.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it when we're done the campaign, or at least on the first arc, because we're considering like going back and forth to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, if someone else wants to run after we finish an arc, I'll pass the buck to someone else to.
But for
Well,
now, we will be back next week.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Yep.
I should be good.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Bye.